No, like Pizzagate's like having like mad code words, and it was in like emails of like the highest of the high ups, and they're like Pizzagate was just like a big thing about them pumping kids. Yeah, like there was what followed on with it. There's a mad drug that like it's like essentially like pure adrenaline, and they fucking inject the wee kids with it, so they fucking.
That's fucking rancid.
Like it's fucking bizarre. But yeah, Illuminati just pump kids all the time. It's like there's a whole thing like it's they either pump kids or like
Matty, we've started by the way.
Just saying.
So first thing, talking to the microphone.
Hello, can you hear me now? Aye. I'll talk to the room. All fucking 3 cameras, okay?
Right.
What a start.
Before we go into anything, hello, welcome to another episode of Dead and Friends podcast. The podcast where two dudes talk about everything, but we don't actually know anything.
Not a thing.
With us this week is another guest. Last week we had our first guest. This week we've got another one, and it's already
Chaotic. We have the Snout Lord, everyone's favourite fag demon, Matthew Blanchett, aka a blanket. Oh
fucking
my god!
Howdy, how are we?
So I knew it was going to start like this.
I mean, the two of you have been in my house for nearly an hour already, and we're only just getting started because it has just been fucking madness since she's walked through the door.
It's been bonkers.
And then we just blanket was nearly going off about pedos,
The Illuminati and that,
so we hit the record button to just let him go on.
Just trying to spread
Talking
the word.
to your microphone,
I'm
bro.
fucking talking like I'm talking at the mic. Do you want me to talk like this? Is this better for you?
Please.
Yeah,
All
bring
right.
it closer to your face.
You can move the stand.
I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just going to leave here. I'm just going to lean. Okay, I'll lean. Is that alright?
You look so comfortable.
Oh, I'm very uncomfortable right now, but do you know what? I'm happy to be here. I just try to spread the word that the Illuminati are all pedos. It's just is what it is.
So it started with you guys talking about Pizzagate, and I think out of the like kind of friends that we have, I am usually the kind of not innocent one, but the ignorant one more than anything.
Definitely not innocent.
So I don't know anything about anything. So as soon as you started talking about Pizzagate, I had to ask the question, what the fuck is Pizzagate?
So I look like I just sit on Reddit and smoke weed in a basement, but I don't.
Which we'd
thankfully.
all believe.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I give off big school shooter vibes, but like thankfully, Gary's even said weirdest person that he's ever met, and if I still smoked weed, I'd be fucking lethal. But no more devil's lettuce, none of the cabbage, and
None of that jazz cabbage.
no jazz cabbage. However, if I was, I'd on a different fucking planet.
Yeah.
So
That'd be a fun episode. The 2.0. Just blanket ripping bongs.
Just
Sucking
fat
buckets.
dudes. Oh, class. It's exactly what you want. Just
We need that. We need blanket after dark.
We might.
I have a feeling this is going to be one of the times we actually have to drop a pin in it and come back another time and do a part 2.
And it will actually need to be dark, and there will be edibles.
aye, but I've got a big boy's job now. Like I work in financial crime. I can't be on no drugs.
You're not taking meth. You're
Aye.
smoking the herb.
All drugs are drugs, Gary. It's illegal, regardless.
Oh, don't be a narc. Don't be a narc.
But aye, yeah, Pizzagate was just like a
The
thing.
new glasses.
These are new glasses, yeah. Yeah, they're a bit too
Nice.
small for my head, but I was playing fives today, and because they're in my bag, I don't mind if these ones get broke, but my other ones are a bit nice. A bit of tortoiseshell on the side on my other
Blue
ones.
and that. They're nice.
Aye, because my Iola ones, cheers, hopefully sponsor me one day, they got smashed to pieces eventually, but I had them like 2 years. So these are glasses direct, £19 for 2.
Nice.
What happened to the Iola ones though?
Oh, they just got smashed like again.
Like
Again.
how?
How? They're on your face. You just like pile driving your face into the
Nah.
pavement.
You're
like-
just like openly asking people to punch in the face in the street.
No, it's
Please
not that.
ram
I'm
my
just-
face into the side of the bus.
No, it's like obviously I want to be a pro wrestler, but I can't see in the ring. And when I do Benoit's diving headbutt, I still need to keep the old specs on. And sometimes you catch a knee and break your glasses.
You should get like those goggles and you can be like the Edgar Davids of professional
Big
wrestling.
D-bones. I have thought about it because when I play fives, I cannot see shit.
Yeah.
Even though there's like 6 guys in luminous bibs, I'm still like, oh, are they on my team? Don't know. And
You guys go like
everyone's
full
neon.
fucking blown out though. Like you actually have like bibs and shit.
well, you can't play shirts v skins, so like,
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding?
oh, it's a bit cold sometimes, and I got black nipples. And I'll just set the intimidation factor too much. Like, I don't want to like put people off. So
I always
Is
forget
that
that you
the
have
point?
your nipples tattooed.
yeah.
I just like, I look at you and I think, you're a person. Not normal, but you're a person. Then I go, oh, fucking right, you got black nipples.
Are
Aye,
they
that,
not also pierced?
Not anymore. Like
Not anymore.
they came out a long time ago, just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like, I just couldn't really be bothered with it anymore. I kept catching them on stuff.
Like what?
Oh,
Along
so
with
like,
the glasses getting smashed, what were you catching your nips on? Just
Yeah, like-
asking like
No,
fucking
like
Sophie's
towel
horse
and
to like
stuff.
chew on it?
I like a towel. Sometimes if you use a wee loofah in the shower for the exfoliation, see if you catch a loofah on it, you're fucking done for.
loofahs grow on trees.
Aye,
What?
like that.
Loofahs grow on
Oh.
trees.
What?
Fucking
Like a
bit like
plant.
see like natural loofahs. I grow in the wild. No, like the plastic ones you buy in Savers for 19 pence.
No, I
but like the actual luxurious ones grow and they are living things. So I don't know if they're vegan or not. I don't know if it's vegan to use a loofah because
well,
it's
I'm
like.
assuming it's like
As
a
long as
plant.
it's not a fucking animal, I guess it's
But I don't know.
alright.
Is it an animal?
No, it's a
Well,
plant.
but
It grows in a tree.
you could argue that about any fucking living plant that you eat.
I didn't know if they were like. You
Do they
know,
have
They're
eyes?
sentient.
Do they have
I
eyes?
didn't know that.
loofahs.
Yeah, like you know, like, yeah, like sea cucumbers and they're like wee snakes in the.
Do they have a
water.
face?
Nah, but
You're
like
fine.
neither do worms.
Yeah, but
I bet you cut them in
Worms are
half
worm.
and you get 2.
Aye, is that just? If
That's
you
what they
cut,
say, innit? Cut them in...
they say that about everything. If
yeah,
you cut it in
if
half,
you
it'll be
cut
2.
anything in half,
No,
you get two.
if you cut a worm, if you cut a worm in 2, it turns into 2 worms.
Yeah, because it's got like 7 hearts or something depending on the size. So you could actually cut it 7 times and you'd have 7
You'd
worms.
have to be a worm surgeon, not know where all those hearts were.
I don't
Is
think
there
that,
such a
nah,
thing?
I don't think that's right. You can't cut it. No, it dies.
No, go find a worm. There's plenty of worms around here. Go find a worm.
I'm not going down your stairs again. You've got 4,000 stairs to your house, and I was wheezing on the way up, so I'm not going back down to find the worm to cut
He
it in
was
half.
straight up here 20 minutes before he actually came into my house because he stood outside to have a cigarette because he couldn't be fucking bothered
He
climbing the
texted me
stairs.
saying, "Are you nearby?" And I was like, "I'm like 5 minutes away."
I
You
He's
needed,
like,
you needed
"Okay."
emotional support to get up.
Yeah, I wanted a hype man.
I'm having a
like,
wee seat outside the shop at Craig's.
yeah.
Why'd you go down to Mr. Ali's?
No, I went to Sainsbury's for some snacks. I didn't go into Mr. Ali's. It looks sketchy.
Where's the
Oh,
Sainsbury's
Mr.
around
Ali's is
here?
dope.
Oh, there's a
Battlefield
Sainsbury's
Road?
just round the corner. Like, you go out round the corner. See, like,
So fucking helpful. Battlefield Main Road.
do you know how corners work?
Oh,
Round that corner. Not the co-op, because that's a
yeah,
co-op.
no,
Go
that's
further
not
down
bad.
for the
I never
co-op.
really go round any further. I have no
Oh,
need.
man.
No,
Oh
no.
man, you've got a good wee kebab place. You've got
Aye, there's Mr.
bookmakers.
V's
I know that.
fast
I know
food.
that
Oh
tapas
no,
joints there.
fuck that
Oh,
place.
I nearly went in there. It looked dicey, but I
Nah.
reckon I've got me and my
See the
missus.
fucking pale ass totties you were showing us on that guy's Facebook? That's what you get from Mr. V's.
It's
So
one-
gross.
No, it's one of those ones. It's got a Baguette Express. I've not seen a Baguette Express in about 15 years, but
Yeah.
Battlefield
Yeah,
Road.
It's
so
a bit
still-
fancy looking one as well. No, it's a Subway next to it. It's kind of
Subway's
I was gonna
super
say,
fucking
like-
fancy, man. It's weird. Like they just they shut it to do it up and then shut it again 2 weeks later to do it up even
I got
more.
a Subway yesterday when I was at work, and I asked for the veggie delight, and the guy went, "Would you want on it?" And I was just like, "Just all the vegetables." Like, I don't know what you want me to say here.
Vegetables,
And
bro.
he's like, "Do you want anything else on it?" And I was like, "It's the veggie delight. It's the option on the board. It's
Why
just
did
vegetables."
you get veggie delight? That's like the worst option at.
Nah, because I just wanted all the vegetables. But he said to me, look at it, he's like, "Try meat." And I was like,
No, but
"No, I want the
Like,
veggie
bro,
delight."
you work in the West End.
I didn't even think
Half
he
of the
worked.
population up
I
here.
don't know if he worked in that site.
He doesn't actually work for Subway.
just
No,
a
no, no,
guy.
because
Just
it was-
Never worked there before.
He was wearing a trackie, like an Adidas 3-stripe, zipped all the way up. The rest of the boys were in uniforms, and he was just like behind the counter.
That guy straight up did not work there.
But he started like putting like the salad on my thing, real bad. Like I didn't know it was possible to put salad on a
Oh
roll
yeah, there's a
bag.
full technique when it comes to Subway.
And the guy next to him just went, "Geez it." I was like, alright, you've just been taken straight off.
why didn't
the-
you just get
the
like
veg-
salad bowl instead?
Because I wanted the
You want
bread as well.
bread?
What's your fucking issue?
That's
If I
a piece
wanted
of-
salad bowl, I'd have went
No,
elsewhere.
a piece in salad is fucking disgusting. Like
It's
that's
disgusting.
it's up there with like cucumber sandwiches. Just old people food.
I love a cucumber
Cucumber
sandwich.
sandwiches
You're
are
at it.
They're dope.
fucking dope.
You two are. Oh no, I can't.
Mate, you're the boy that walked in here with a bag of fucking sweeties and a lunch bag And you're coming at us about
Exactly,
fucking
don't start.
cucumber sandwiches.
Well, it's loose sweet, so you got to keep them in a
Like, bro,
container.
you have a diet of a fucking 6-year-old and you're going to shout at us about having
no,
a
no,
fucking
no, no,
cucumber
no.
sandwich.
I just wanted to confirm. I had a sandwich on the way around here from Sainsbury's. I got a meal.
Do you have
deal.
one at cucumber?
No, I don't think there's cucumber on it. It was onion bhaji and mango chutney. Driest sandwich in the world.
Was that from Sainsbury's?
Yeah.
Because Co-op do one. Like they do like the Grow one, or like their own.
Aye, they didn't have that in
and
that
that's
one.
fire. That's good.
No,
like
this
that.
was Sainsbury's own
How can you have
garbage.
mango chutney on it and still be dry?
Oh, they do not put much mango chutney.
Welcome
on
to Dead End Sandwiches. That's what this episode is about to be. Welcome to fucking
is the
Dead End Sandwiches. Do
franchise
you know what it is? It's because when you're in here talking to me, because you have adopted a new mostly vegetarian vegan diet, you come in here and you talk to me. You don't want to talk about that kind of stuff, but you have a fucking actual full-blown vegan in the room, so you're like, I get to talk to this person.
I'm a
about this now.
flexitarian, okay?
Oh, you're gross is what you said.
We went for lunch on Tuesday and we sat down. He's like, I think I'm going to get this because I didn't know if he was eating fully vegan or if he's still eating the animals. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm a flexitarian. Nearly died over the table at him. Like, I had to, like, you
I
know what
always
you
say
just.
ironically, I don't actually mean it. You know?
Nah,
I might as well
you
just
said it
Nah,
twice
nah,
in
nah.
1 week now.
Yeah,
like,
this-
you mean that?
As soon as I start saying I'm plant-based, that's when you need to worry.
Like, oh, go home now.
Oh, I'm plant-based.
But see, it's like, you're one of these people that could say, oh, yeah, I'm plant based and mean it. Like, it's.
Sam.
There's too many wild cards, and I
Look
can't,
at me.
like, I know I'm the wild card, but like,
You
you're
are
like,
the
Yeah, you cannot call anyone a fucking wild card.
nah, Gary's not a wanky wild card because like he would text me and say, "Oh,
WW, baby.
just bought a Cuban link chain and white capri pants," and I'm like, "Okay, you live in Govan Hill. Like, where are you wearing this? Like,
Where have you been down Govan Hill recently?
I'm wearing that to the bell jar and I'm going nowhere else, you know?
And you'll be like, "Oh, look at me, in my Birkenstocks," and I'm like, "Come on, Gary."
I do get funny looks. I walked in.
The dude fucking, he came over. Remember that week? It was like 3 weeks ago when it was like pissing down for like a week. This dude turned up at my door in fucking clogs, and it had been fucking raining for like a
Aye.
week.
You had to
His
get
big
lift
fu-
up the road.
Oh, the big Air Jesus like 100s that he's got. I hate them so much. He's just like, "Oh, but these are nice," and I'm like, "Gary, please." But I can't say I'm not a fashionable guy. And
That night we all got pissed in Drury Street. I was wearing them.
I know. I was really upset that you wore them to my birthday. I was just
I was
like, for once.
because my legs don't quite like hit the ground when I'm like sat on those stools. They just kept falling off. I had to like shuffle them back on.
It's the sign of a true sneakerhead. You won't tie the laces because you don't want to fuck up the tongue.
No, on my Birkies, they don't have fucking
Aye,
laces.
no, his buckies
I
don't.
thought you were talking about the Air Jesus Jordans.
No, Air Jesus in my sandals.
His, aye, the big, they're weird. Look like they made like corkboard or something like that. It's just, it's such a bizarre flex.
They're comfy as fuck.
Post it on his Instagram story, just shows the shoes, and I'm just there like, it's a lovely day, but I'm now fizzing because I've seen these. Like, he's in public with these. Oh.
We've had this conversation, Matthew. You're just missing out. Gary's now going through a phase where he has like found himself.
That's a midlife crisis at 28.
Next, they'll be like
Midlife crisis. Oh, I don't want to live till I'm whatever age that adds up to. Like if you times it by
56?
56. That's too old.
That was such quick math. Oh my god, man. We're like,
He taught me how to find out what the VAT was the other day as well.
Oh,
And stuff. He was
what's
like,
V? What?
you just like times about 1.2. And I
Aye,
was
trying
like,
to add
What? Start,
like,
start again.
Gary
VAT
had
is in like
a number.
tax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
20%.
I know
and
what
he-
that is.
I don't know how to
couldn't
find
work
20%.
on a calculator how to add 20%. So
I would do 10% and then just double it. Is that wrong?
just times anything by 1.2 and you get your 20%.
1.2.
Yeah.
That
No, it doesn't
feels
make any
like that
sense to
doesn't
me.
make sense.
It feels like it doesn't make sense, but it does.
Why?
Because
How would you? So you?
So like,
we're not going to break down the structure of mathematics.
So if you have £5,
no, call it £10.
right?
£10. Make it nice and easy. 10 times
I thought 5
1.2
was easy.
is 12,
Right?
and that's 20% because 20% of 10 is 2. So
I'm following now. I was like, no, that's 12. Like, how is it more? How is the VAT more than the actual value?
no, so like you get it with the VAT included.
I'm supposed to be a fucking data analyst.
I still don't know what he's talking about.
I'm supposed to be able to do math.
Yeah, me too. Like
You work for a bank.
You were.
I work for an
Better be
actual.
account.
I work for like an actual bank, and people are like,
It's not
"Where
an
are these
actual
numbers?"
bank. It's one of those internet banks.
Aye, but
That's an actual. I mean, like, do people have accounts with money inside them?
aye.
That's kind of.
Gary pays the company so he can have
He has a
white.
fancy card.
I've got a hold of my mattress with money in it. Does that make it a bank?
No, you don't.
I don't. It's memory foam. I could get a hole in that if I tried. It's so shite. It's You're like ripping out.
Aye, Gary paid us because I was like, oh, by the way, there's a new card launching, and it's a white metal card. He's like, I am sold. He
Immediately, man.
didn't even want to know about like the additional
It's
extra
like 6
features.
weeks down the line. I was like, oh, here I can get like travel insurance and phone insurance.
Didn't
Buy
even
fucking
think
cards.
about it. He was just like, cool, white metal sold.
White
Thank you.
metal card.
He loves pulling that card out. See, anytime we're like out doing something, just like getting a coffee or something, he'll never let me pay so he can pull out his white metal card.
I like doing it on my phone as well because everyone's like used to seeing it come up on like Apple.
It's
Pay,
like a-
it's the orange card, and I'm just
like a pinky
"Here's my-
orange.
Here's my white one."
Yeah,
And everyone's just like, this guy must be rich. And I'm like, I'm living week to week.
Yeah, I guess I have to be good at maths. Like Sophie does most of my math problems because Sophie in numbers is like Rain Man. Just looks at stuff and she's like, "That's your answer," and I'm like, "Fucking what?"
What are you doing? Like fucking actual math equations? Just
No,
like sitting in the
like-
house, just like 4 times 4.
No, mine is like if I look at like a bunch of transactions, I have to like work out how much it like adds up to. She'll do it in her head, and I'm like, "Aye, who are you?" What's
People who
this?"
can do maths in their head should be
Oh,
tried as witches. I just cannot do it. Throw them to the bottom of the lake. If they float, hang them. And if not, they die. So it's fine. That was the wildest way to try anything, by the way.
What?
Like when they were like, so they were trying someone as a witch. They'd be like, oh, if you are a witch, you will float to the top. If not, you will sink and die. So like either way, they were dying. So like if they were a witch, they would come.
But
they'd-
surely everyone floats to the top. We're like
No, 'cause
80%
they like
water.
They like tied them to things. Like, come on, use your head.
Nah,
like-
but like
So
people.
they
don't-
threw them into the water,
Right.
and if they floated to the top
Uh-huh.
as a witch,
Are we really
They
going to
would
question
then-
the science of like the fucking 1400s or whenever this
yeah,
was?
But then they would kill the person anyway. Obviously, never happened because as soon as you tie a heavy thing to someone, they will drop to the bottom and die, and that's how they were proven to not be a witch. They just died anyway.
Have you
It's
seen
the
have you seen-
wildest thing. I don't understand.
Have you seen the
it.
thing of like finding out if you're actually like a witch? There's like a part of your palm,
Palm?
the palm, where in between, you know how you have like your two like kind of main lines that run up your hand here. So see in between that, in the middle, there should be a cross.
It's a cross in yours.
In both hands.
I've got 2 crosses.
I've got.
Nah, you taking too long. Blanket.
No, I've got one there.
Blanket. We were witches.
I've got like a tiny one.
We were witches, bro.
Oh, you're just trying to be part of the cool crew now.
Nah, see, because he tattooed over it, so
No.
nobody will
I
fucking
didn't-
know, bro.
Let
me
me
see.
There's a cross there.
Let me see.
So up that one.
Hold on, where's my phone? I'll get.
It's
the
a tiny
actual-
cross, but it's a cross.
That
Don't
means
cro-
you're just
don't-
a wee
don't-
tiny witch.
Yeah,
Wee
you're just
soy
like
boy
a
witch.
chill out,
Still wee
little-
witch.
A little bitch ass witch.
Don't shame me.
Wait, hold on a second. I actually have a
Oh,
video.
fucking hurry up.
No, I believe you, but it's still shite.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find the video that I
Then why
have
is my
based
hand
my.
still out?
I don't know. Nobody fucking
You
asked for
said
it.
let me. You did.
He said let me look a second, but was looking at his phone,
Right,
not your
right,
hands.
right.
Did you know you can find out if you were born a witch just by looking at your hand?
She's a witch.
There's a symbol known as the mystic cross in palmistry. It's going to sit perfectly between the heart line and the head line. It's shaped like a little X and is said to only be found on those who possess innate supernatural abilities. It's going to look exactly like this. Comment, tell me what you find, hit the plus for more. Did you
Oh damn!
Yeah, I've got them.
Boys, this is a room full of witches. We would be floating to the top.
And then killed anyway.
I don't know. I can't swim, so like.
But
No one can swim when they've got rocks tied to them.
Witches can.
Yeah, but then they get killed anyway.
I think the whole thing with the witches was probably like they were smart enough to like get the rocks off of their legs.
How?
I'm assuming. I don't fucking know. Because they're witches. They just
be
went
like
powers
some
and shit.
mad escapology shit. What's that guy's name? Fucking wrap him up in chains. Harry Houdini, like him. If he can
What's
go-
that guy?
Aye, him.
I was going to say Chris Angel.
No, not Chris Angel. Nah, like the OG.
Mind freak.
Aye, big Harry Houdini. If you can put him in like a straitjacket and chains, and he gets off of it, I imagine getting a couple of rocks off your leg ain't too difficult.
How was it he died? He got blasted in the stomach with a cannon.
Was that not Homer Simpson?
I'm pretty sure it was an episode of The Simpsons.
It was. Because he used to do it in the circus and then he was going to die if he kept doing it. So he stopped doing it.
Homer Houdini.
Homer Houdini.
I don't watch The Simpsons.
You never watched The Simpsons?
It's on Disney Plus.
I know Sophie watches it a lot, and I just think it's just garbage, pa. too many other better things on the internet to be
Like
watching.
what?
Like what?
Like what?
Tell me one thing right now.
Phoenix Nights.
It's pretty good to be
That's
fair.
a
What
fucking.
is that?
What?
Oh,
What's Phoenix Nights?
Peter Kay.
aye, Peter Kay in a wheelchair.
Peter Kay in a wheelchair.
Aye.
That sounds awful.
No,
not
it's
in.
fucking.
Nah,
He's
I'm
not
not
sold
down.
it, but it is good.
I'm not down.
It's very, very good part.
I'm not down.
There's hundreds of better stuff to watch on the internet.
Is that it? Phoenix
Just Phoenix Nights.
Just Phoenix Nights,
That's
aye.
all we watch.
Aye, all the time.
On repeat. Nothing else.
Parks and Rec. Go through a lot of Parks and Rec at the moment.
Parks and Rec is pretty good.
Ah, it's fucking class.
I
I
like
only
that.
watched up to like the third season of it, and then same as The Office. I watched up to the third season and fell off.
Oh, really?
Always
I
Sunny.
think the first season of each show most of the time, like Parks and Rec, The Office, even It's Always Sunny, like the first season is usually like the kind of weakest.
Yeah.
Like especially Parks and Recreation. The first season of Recreation fucking sucks.
Yeah, like
It's
you have-
so bad.
I think with those ones where it's like The Office and Parks and Rec, they have to put so much work into like explaining the relationship and laying those kind of like foundations for
Yeah,
it.
because
Yeah.
it needs to pull your
And then
heartstrings.
afterwards, fucking incredible. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. But did you see the mad theory that was floating around about Karen Filippelli from The Office being, because it's the same actress that plays Karen Filippelli in The Office that plays, what's her name in Parks and Recreation again? Is it Anne?
Who the fuck's Karen Filippelli?
Filippelli. You know
Who?
Rashida Jones, the actress. She's in Parks and Recreation.
Why do you not have to say Rashida Jones then?
Because
I think I might know. Aye, yeah, Andy Dwyer's missus.
aye,
And she pumped Big Jim.
aye.
Aye.
Right, there's a theory that she is called, in The Office, right, she's called Karen Filippelli.
Uh-huh.
And then in Parks and Recreation, she's called Anne something. Can't remember her last name.
Uh-huh.
Anne Perkins.
Yes.
Is it Perkins?
Yeah, it's Ann
I
Perkins.
got it. Right, so there is a theory that Karen Filippelli was actually involved with the Scranton Strangler and had to go into witness protection, which is how she ended up in Indiana under a different name.
I'm calling bullshit, and she's an actress who has 2 TV shows.
But bro, it's all written by the same people. It's all written by the same people.
Aye, no, but that's like Judd Apatow having like this, like Paul Rudd's in about fucking 80 million of his films. He plays actors and actresses play different people
Since when?
since always. That's just how shit works. That's like, oh yeah, comes from 40-year-old virgin, same guys that are in fucking, what's that one with fucking Stifler and the wee black kid and the
Role
dorky guy.
models.
Role models. That's the one. Aye, him. Yeah, different people, but the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this could be a thing.
It's not like, that's like saying, oh yeah, by the way, fucking actors, you get one job. You can't have anything else, otherwise people
Nah,
make
it's just
up.
because
No.
it's because in The Office she kind of mysteriously disappears and is never really talked about again. And then is like in the same, because like you could almost say that all the films that have been done by, is it Michael Schur, the guy that does The Office, they're all like inside of their own like universe. It's like fucking Marvel shit. That's all stories in the same universe, all happening at the same time, just in different places. Because one's in fucking Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then one's in fucking Indiana.
Sir, you have had 2 beers, and you have...
Not even. I've had a beer.
I also realised that these are like the tiniest beers ever.
They're very small.
275 milliliters.
You got fucking fleeced.
Dens are on it. What are they doing? Fucking-
Nah, it's definitely like, I wouldn't believe the theory of it. Like, nah, can't get behind that.
Can I have a theme tune?
Yeah.
Can you give me a theme tune?
What for? What we doing?
We're doing the only thing that we do.
Conspiracies.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
This week on Dead End Conspiracies with Craig Jemison, Gary Gordon, and our special guest.
Did we even say our names?
I don't fucking know. Dude, we have not done anything right. Just ever. So,
Okay.
this is all on a whim. So, before we actually start doing it, I do want to give, because I know Gary loves them so much, so I'm just going to give some quick big ups, because I know how much he fucking loves a big up.
Fuck up, man.
Just going to give it some QBUs some quick big ups because I know how much you love it.
QBUs. Fucking kill yourself.
So on the Dead End Friends podcast Instagram page, I had some lengthy and extremely fucking fun conversations with some of the people that follow us. So it
made me feel famous. I felt so good. I did nothing. I ignored all these people. Just let you deal with it.
So I'm gonna do some fucking major big ups for the people that were popping off on our stories. So I just posted asking for ideas on conspiracy theories on what we should talk about. We did have fucking hella good responses, and I just wanted to call some of them out. I apologise, I don't know any of these people's actual names because I don't know who they are, so I'm just going to say your Instagram name and then you can fucking like it or not. So we had plenty of people giving us the fucking lowdown on Avril Lavigne being dead.
That's a good one though, I like that.
I really like that one. So we had Stoked By on Instagram. So whoever you are, bro, thanks. Who else was given that one? Dump Master _ 5000.
That's Martin.
Yeah, that's big Martin from Drury Street.
I love that handle so much. At Dumpmaster _ 5000, also hitting up with the Avril Lavigne. We had Banks _ JPEG, which is our friend James Banks, also coming at us with the Avril Lavigne shit. We also had fucking Chubbo, your boy Chubb, the other half of Slow Walkers.
My favourite guy in the world.
How do you say Ewan's last name? Is it just Maze?
Maze.
Mayes.
It's
Mayes.
Mayes.
Not Mayes. Shut the fuck up.
No, it's Mayes.
It's Mayes. No, it's Maze.
What? Like, you've not been to Tayside. It's Mayes.
I don't want to go to Tayside. His name's Maze. Shut up.
No, that's what you peasants will call it. It's you and Mayes.
No, it's no, because what was it? No.
Ewan
His
Chubb?
other Instagram name gave it away.
Aye, because it
His
looks like
Instagram name
Maze,
is
but it's
Ewan.
not Maze. Aye, it's you and Mayes.
Shut up, not his name, man. Right, anyway, what did Chubb say?
He was giving it a get stuck in about the Denver airport. This isn't one that I'd
That's
actually
a good
seen
one.
before.
Oh,
and he
I've
sent me
watched a lot
stuff
of
on it.
videos.
Holy fuck!
It's wild, isn't it?
Jesus.
We might need to actually like
Delve
do
deep.
that one.
deep
Yeah.
dive.
I was that one.
A deep
fucking-
dive on Denver on Dead End Friends. A Dead End Friends deep dive on Denver.
Nah, you're doing too much. X, I am the bastard X. Whoever that is.
Cassian.
There is a conspiracy. Actually, I'm not going to say this one because this is what I'm going to talk about, so I'll wait till the end. The one about Paul McCartney dying and being replaced with a lookalike. We've spoken about that one briefly before.
Briefly.
But there's a lot of shit in that I didn't know about. Like the way that like the Abbey Road cover is laid out. I know you've said stuff about like the license plate.
The license plate, and then he's not got any shoes on because he's dead.
Aye, so do you see that there's like a part of the theory is like it's an entire funeral procession that's like going across. So John Lennon's in white, so he's the clergyman. Whoever's after John Lennon is in it's Ringo Starr, I think, is in black, so he's like the person who's mourning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got McCartney, who's not wearing any shoes, as the dead man. And then you've got Ringo Starr Harrison is in the denims because he is the gravedigger.
Fucking loves denims.
No, because he's
Just
a
because he
gravedigger.
loves denims. He's like, I don't fucking care, man. I'm at a funeral, but I've got good denims today.
Check these Levi's.
We had DCR _ base. The idea that we actually all live in the/A matrix. I asked them to send me stuff that I've not properly looked into yet, but it looks fucking heavy, which I'm definitely going to have to get into. The last few ones we had my brother Jamie San talking about the Mandela effect.
That's a good one.
That is a
That
good
is
one.
sick.
I fucking love that one. We also had Ian Gray talking about the Montreal screw job being staged. Classic.
I'm still on the fence about that one because I'm very like backwards and forwards. Like, was it a shoot? Was it not a shoot? And
Yeah.
I still don't know. Not sure.
We'll see.
And then we had Amanda.RobXO, who is one of our family friends. Michael Jackson isn't dead.
I tried to show you a video.
That video was just a short bro and a fucking wig. That's all it was.
Coming out of the back of a coroner's van, dressed like Michael Jackson. That was Michael Jackson.
It wasn't.
With Mickey J.
And then Richie hit us with one as well. Did you see the one that Richie said?
No.
So he just wrote, "This is old barber Richie. Richie isn't a barber, and he's just a guy who hasn't got a clue and hasn't been caught yet."
That's not even a conspiracy. That's just a fact. It's also the Olgin's birthday today, so happy birthday.
Is it?
So
happy birthday to the big man.
This is definitely going to not come out
He
on his birthday,
He
though.
sent me a great text message last night that I'll tell you about later
Right,
on. It made me laugh a lot.
And then we actually had 2 from our fucking guest this evening, or this afternoon. So, Bigfoot is real.
Which is true.
It's so true.
Total fucking bullshit.
Nah, like
Full bullbird.
so.
Full bullbird.
I went nuts at Sophie because
Remember you told me to watch that fucking
discovering
45 minute long documentary and the guy shows you nothing other than an apple disappearing.
big hand taking an apple away.
Yeah, people in the world have big hands. Did you see Andre the Giant, bro?
Aye, but
Say Bigfoot's just Andre the Giant.
Yeah, just-
Andre the Giant's not dead. He's
Could
just
be.
Bigfoot.
Could be.
nah, you're
And a bear suit.
like so. You replied saying "fucking bullturd," and I went nuts saying I can't believe Craig would do me like that because I'm so convinced. Like, and Sophie was just like, "Yeah, no, definitely. Why would it exist? We'd find it by now." And I was just like, "I'm more convinced on that Bigfoot existed than our relationship lasting. That's how convinced I am about Bigfoot. Like, 1,000,000% hand on heart. Cool, got it. Bigfoot's a thing.
When Bigfoot was spotted in the woodlands of California, right?
No,
Yes, it was.
no, it was like the Pacific Northwest. So like California like gets to it. It's up in like Washington and stuff like that. I'm convinced that there's like, and Sophie said the same thing. She's like, but it'd be dead by now. And there's not just a Bigfoot. It's a species that we've not found.
Yeah, I believe that.
And I think there's maybe like 1 to 200 Bigfoots.
And then that's like
Sam
what-
Squamches for the Trailer Park Boys fans. And yeah, they live in the Pacific Northwest. Like the
And then you
most-
got
That's
the-
it.
then you
That's
got-
the only
no,
place they live.
No, there's the Yeti as well. The
There
Yeti's
is the
definitely
Yeti.
a big
Oh, like the Deathloaf Pass. Did you see all that shit?
Dilatov.
No, it's the It's you say it weird. But yes, that place that
I
you're
do
saying.
not know.
Stilatov.
But yeah, there's 1 to 200 of them, and they live in the Pacific Northwest, and it's like the densest forest in America goes into Canada, really uninhabitable. And see, if you don't want to get caught, you will not get caught. Put 200 people.
200 of them though.
See, when you finally get done for shooting up a school, that's where I'm looking.
Oh, 100%.
That's where I'm looking.
Like, if
Like
you,
this,
nowhere
dude,
else.
like this dude knows how to get on a plane.
like, see if you put
What?
Away.
Oh no, you have not seen my passport. I struggle getting on planes. Like it's rough. Every time I'm the random search guy, and I'm like, fuck, okay, cool.
I've had it
Yeah,
one,
they
I've
don't
had
need
that
to look
one
at your
time.
passport to
Nah,
fucking
like,
decide that. They just
every
look at them
single
coming
time.
like, oh shit.
I used to fly to see Sophie like every other month, every single time. My entire
I
bag would
always
get.
forget that Sophie is like not from
No, not from here.
Scotland. I'm not gonna say not from here. Like she's from like fucking 5 hours away.
It's a bit more than 5,
I think
7.
she's from
I have no
definitely-
idea.
It's the bottom of
Yeah,
England.
the bottom is the
England,
bottom.
England. You can
apart from-
see
France.
is that place down there. I don't give a fuck.
No, there's a difference between Newcastle and Portsmouth. Like,
Aye.
Is there? Is there?
Remember how-
I don't fucking know.
remember
Aye,
how?
but 6 hours of driving.
Bro,
Aye.
you know where I know? I know here, and I know where
There.
Dunoon is.
Yeah,
That's
no,
me.
it's just a thing. Like, if you back to Bigfoot, if you put just gonna hijack this,
Drag
this
it
is my
back.
point. Bringing this back in, if you put 1 to 200 people in that forest and say, "Don't get caught, don't get found," you can guarantee you will not get caught or found.
Nah, bullshit. Bullshit.
100%.
Nah.
How? Like,
It's so like they have shows for this now of literally like tracking people through the forest and shit.
I know, but you don't.
Aye, but no, but
Aye, but no, but
did you pick up 4 locos? This motherfucker picking 4 locos.
I picked up some 4 locals.
As F, bro. I didn't even know they did 4
Do you want-
locos in Scotland.
Do you want apple or blue?
What color? What fucking flavor?
Sour
is blue?
apple or blue?
Let me see. It actually just says blue on the can.
This is my master plan all day. I walked to get these earlier on.
Where the fuck did you get these, bro?
For Barry's.
For what?
Barry's.
Barry's. Barry's are Barry's.
Barry's.
Where's Barry's?
Cascot Road.
big fancy like off license. I'll take a blue one.
You drink a blue?
I'll take a blue. Yes.
I love the fact that there's no flavour. It's just blue.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's Blue Wickeds. It's
Well-
just blue.
Cheers to
Oh,
Four
that
Lokos
stinks.
with my Franz.
Yeah, no, you don't. You just don't need to get caught or seen. Like, it's real dense out there.
Oh, that's a Tizer.
That's gross.
Jesus. Oh my god, how much fucking sugar is in that? Oh my god.
There's a reason that Americans are fucking mad when they drink. Because they have these things.
Nah, bro.
But
They
at the
drink
same
fucking
time-
like seltzers and Bud Light.
He drinks seltzers and Bud Light.
Yeah.
I don't drink Bud Light.
You have.
No, I haven't.
Eat
You
it.
have.
I haven't.
Bro, I'm sure you told me like the other day that you
I
had.
had a Coors Light because that was
Oh, that
Ah.
was fucking
Ah.
Bud
that was
Light.
all because that was all that the mini golf had. That was all they had on tap was Coors Light, and I was like, well,
Aye, there's other drinks in the world. Like,
I
just
had
because it's
a
the only thing.
I had a couple of cocktails before that, and I was like, I don't want anything else that's like that.
Aye,
I
they
just
did
want-
cans.
But the only cans they did was Tennants.
And I would take a can of Tennants.
I would, but I'm not buying a can of Tennants for like £6 when I can buy 14 for £9.
Aye, but you still
I
got
bet
a-
nothing.
I bet.
Aye, but
I bet
you
nothing.
got a Coors Light on tap,
And it was
now you're like, oh, look at me, I don't
garbage.
drink Coors Light or Bud Light. Oh, hard seltzers. Aye, he
I
texts
drink
me
a hard seltzer.
He texts
Hard-
me like, oh, hard seltzers are my new thing, and in my
hard
head, I'm
seltzers are
like,
fire. They're
of
so
course-
fucking good.
I've never had one.
Of course they are. It's fizzy water with
It's
a bit
fizzy water with
With
a wee
just
bit of spice.
Alcohol in it.
Aye, it's
Of,
class.
Right. Anyway, Bigfoot. BS. The other one that you said was the Queen ordered the killing of Our Lady Di.
Which is true. That's not even a conspiracy.
Like yeah,
theory.
like I don't
Conspiracy
go super
theory
deep
is
into them, and I would
that-
that one.
Morrissey knew.
Moz?
Big Moz, Big Stephen himself.
No, you can't
I
call him
hate
Stephen
the
anymore.
Moz.
I'll call him whatever I want.
Everyone does. Gary likes him, but fucking hates him. Everyone hates that
Gary
guy.
pays him money though. Like, Gary has funded the Moz,
That's true.
That's true.
and it's just unacceptable.
I haven't for a wee while, but I did. I was an avid Moz.
You were.
But there's a conspiracy theory that he knew about it. I'll find the video and I'll send it to you.
And he didn't say anything.
But it's basic. He couldn't. What was he gonna do?
Like,
He's gonna
see-
grass
see-
on
Go
the
like-
queen.
see if
you
you
go like-
are,
he's gonna
gonna
grass on this
wee
queen.
Lizzie.
Oh, aye, this fucking vegetarian cunt with flowers hanging out his back pocket.
if you are no,
People gotta listen to him.
at the same time, if you are Stephen the Moz Morrissey, you can say you must be connected to somebody who'll take you a bit seriously.
How? He's
I
so
feel like he's
fucking-
at that point where it doesn't matter what he says, nobody will take him seriously.
No.
But remember,
because
it was
he-
when he was like young. It was like in the 90s. Remember?
Aye, the height of his fame.
It wasn't really the height of his fame.
Aye, he's now a bit more famous because art students are now a thing, and they just go to fucking they go to the Flying Duck and just like sway about.
Yeah.
Oh, worst night of my life. I was trying to sit down and have a seitan burger, and there's this cunt listening to this charming man just like swaying, and I'm like, I'm having a terrible time. Like, it was so bad. And I just took loads of napkins. I was like, can I have loads of napkins? Just took my food, put it in the napkins, just ate it outside. Because I was just like, I'm not dealing with these people anymore. I refuse to handle that. Like, what a horrible situation.
But there's a conspiracy, right? The Morrissey knew that it was going to happen. So the bridge where she crashed and died.
Yeah.
There's a flame statue above it.
Uh-huh.
There is a light that never goes out, right? And then there's a single cover from, I think it's from like Vauxhall and I, and it's one of the big singles that came off of it, and it's him like sprawled out over a car, and again something to do with the registration plate, and then there was something to do with certain lyrics. There's like somebody's like properly gone into it,
Yeah.
and it's pretty fucking bad. Like,
See, if you're going to bring it up, though, it would have been really nice if you had this information. You
I
just
didn't
went,
know you-
there's something about this, and
I
then there's a
didn't
thing,
know you-
Aye, there's,
I
and
didn't
then
know
there's
there's
you-
some
something
things.
about that.
it's called Long Game, bro.
Bring
It was in the
it-
last
yeah.
episode.
Write it down. Write it
write
down
you
so
down.
you remember.
I did.
No, write it down now.
I'll write it down now.
Right.
No, but if you knew, like, oh, by the way,
Fucking showing off.
Ardai the People's Princess is going to get killed under this tunnel, you'd go to the tunnel and put a wee diversion sign or something, say, don't go this way, somebody's going to kill you.
Or just put up a sign, just like...
Aye, like, you do
Like, it's like the
anything.
fucking, the Tour de France or something, you're just standing at the side, just kind of waiting
Aye,
to
you
see
just
it
act
happen.
mental to
I mean,
shut
like,
the
you go
road
to Tour
down.
de France and then you wait there for like 5 hours to see like a bunch of guys on bikes go past, and then that's you done, you
Did
go
you see the
home.
lady this year that knocked them all down?
Oh my god, imagine being that lady.
Incredible. One
Imagine
absolute
being
buzz.
that lady.
To be fair, like, I can't. I've been to like rally events before, and you literally stand in a fucking forest for like hours just for like a car to fly past you, and then you're like, "All right, cool, that was shit."
Of
Like,
course, out of everybody I know, he's the guy that's been to a rally.
I
no,
know.
they do it up in the hills. They have a wee rally stage up there,
Up in the hills.
up in the hills, up in Aberfeldy, up Griffin Forest, and that.
Oh, yonder feldy.
Up yonder Feldy. Yeah, like. I'm an experienced man with weird fucking events. It's cool. But
This is stinking, by the way.
I'm enjoying it.
It's so gross.
It's very sugary.
It's very sugary.
Right, so the one that I actually kind of like wrote down and decided to keep was because it came in and then I responded to it, and then you immediately messaged me about it straight away. Blanket here. So the conspiracy theory is Stevie Wonder is in fact not blind.
It's
Fact.
a thing. He's never came out and said it.
aye,
He's
'cause
never came out and
his
said
whole-
he's
Right,
blind.
right. See, before the two of yous go off on a fucking tangent about shit, let me just write down, or let me just read what has been written down, and then yous can go off, right? When Stevie Wonder was born 6 weeks premature in 1950, doctors didn't yet know that the highly oxygenated environments of newborn incubators could damage the human eye. Wonder, Stevie, suffered the consequences and would go through the rest of his life blind. At least, that's what he says. Over the years, skeptics have poked holes in that story. Sports writer Bomani Jones, a noted Stevie truther, points to the visual imagery in his songs, his preference for sitting courtside at NBA games, and his reputation as a childhood prankster. The late NBA star Darryl Dawkins, whose nickname Chocolate Thunder came from Wonder,
Hard name.
had claimed that the music legend can see. There's the visual evidence, which includes a picture of Stevie Wonder taking a photo of Michael Jackson's wax statue, and most convincingly, the video of Wonder catching a mic stand mid-fall.
Yes, that's
So, before we do that, we just talked about Paul McCartney being dead. It was Paul McCartney's mic stand that started falling, or it was Paul McCartney that knocked it over.
Yeah.
So Paul McCartney is a dead man who knocked over a non-blind man's mic stand.
Basically, just as a benefit cheat. That's all it is.
Yeah, not like.
He's just claiming disability. It's fine.
Aye, like, I'm trying to think, like, how old's Stevie Wonder?
Well, he was born in 1950,
So
so
do you
he's
reckon
71.
if he's like, oh, I'm blind, means he doesn't get conscripted into Vietnam War? First, there you are. There's an out.
No, but he
Why,
was
he'd
like
be fucking
but
useless in the war,
They
I'm not gonna
thought
lie.
he was, but he has been or has claimed to have been blind since he was a child.
Aye, he's
right?
playing the long game.
So, but as a child, how would that thought ever go through your head? Where you're going to be like, I'm going to pretend to be blind.
Because if he's born in, what, 1950 what?
1950. On the button.
So 5 years after the end of the Second World War, they knew there was going to be another one. So he's like, I'm going to just play this blind. No, the
As
guy's...
a baby,
As a
as
5-year-old,
as a premature baby, he went, you know what? I'm just going to play the long game here.
No,
1950, 5 years following post-war, I can't walk yet. I shit into a fucking bag, but I can think about the fact that I'm going to pretend to be blind for my entire life.
His parents would have started like, yeah, you can't fucking see, you can't. Like, it'd be a tax thing.
So do you think they've just convinced him that he can't see? So even though he can see, and he's doing things...
He's like,
He's
my
convinced
imagination's banging, man. Everything's so real. Oh.
Aye, that's what it is. Like, he is a cheat. Like, you can put on a pair of sunnies and wave your head all you want, but and that's how that's like his disguise for it. That's like the smoke grenade of, see if I just wave my head around mental, nobody's gonna believe I can see.
See, to be fair,
Yes.
the sitting courtside thing is funny because all he has to do is go,
Yeah.
Because that's all basketball is. If he was at Wimbledon, I'd also believe it.
There
you
was
know?
one that I noticed
was a
when I was
watch.
watching Glastonbury.
Cunt has a watch.
I know, but he wants to look styling, profiling.
How does he know if he's
5
styling a profile? Can he see?
Limousine riding. Woo!
What does he do? Like, can you tell me the time, mate? Like,
But like, I remember seeing when he played Glastonbury like 2008 or 2009 or something. I remember watching it on the TV, and there was a bit. I always thought it was like hilarious because I still think the Stevie Wonder's blind, so I thought it was just funny. So they handed him out like a chalice because he was going to sing a song from when he was like a kid. So he obviously has like a high pitched voice in the song from when he was a kid. So they handed him a chalice so he could sing like his former self as a child. But he gets the chalice and he goes like that and looks in the chalice. And I thought it was like hilarious. So this motherfucker gets handed the chalice and he's like this. And then he just goes back to his shit. But now, he was making sure it was the right fucking liquid.
yep.
He's making sure it's the right potion.
See, that's the thing. Like, you can close your eyes and see if I throw one of them sweeties at you. You're not catching it. How can you catch a mic stand?
Daredevil, bro.
Aye, no. What you trying to say? Stevie Wonder's now Daredevil? Like,
Never seen the two of them in the same room. Just
Like,
fucking saying.
like Stevie Wonder could be Charlie Cox.
nah. Like, I'm not having it. Ray
Or Ben Affleck.
What's the other guy? Ray. What's the blind one? Wasn't he? He couldn't catch it.
Ray?
Oh, Ray Charles.
Ah, Ray Charles. Yeah, Big Ray.
Stevie
I
Ray
forgot you're
Vaughan?
on first name basis with Ray Charles.
I only know
Rey
the
Mysterio.
film Ray. I couldn't even
With
remember.
Jamie
Oh,
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Aye, him.
Yeah,
Not
Collateral.
blind.
He's
Have
not
you
blind.
seen
Not blind.
Collateral?
No.
Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. Actually, a good film. No bullshit.
Doesn't sound it.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Jamie Foxx
Two-
is like a
two
taxi
people-
driver and stuff. It's dope.
Two people with minimal like acting ability.
Bro, you seen Django Unchained though?
I don't
Jamie
like.
Foxx is fire. Have you seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No,
Jamie
I haven't.
Foxx as Electro. It's dope.
I've seen him in Horrible Bosses
Oh, he's
when he
fucking
plays
motherfucker
motherfucking
Jones.
Jones. Yeah, and again, like he's not great.
Nah,
What else I
you
know
take
of-
that back.
He did this. He did the high pitched singing for Gold Digger by Kanye West, and
Was it not
that's
that
probably
Baby Driver film? I've not seen that.
I don't see many films. Like
I don't own a TV.
no, I have 3 TVs. I don't have a TV license, but I got.
I got
Netflix.
cited by the fucking TV license cunts.
They will cite you about 45 times. They never come to your house. Don't worry.
I've stood my ground. I will not be paying my TV license. But they're telling me they've got like a thing kit coming. I'm like, I can't come to my door. And I'm like,
I know they do that all the
Just
time
don't
to
let
give you
them
the
in.
fear. Aye.
I'm not doing it. There was a great tweet that went around.
Anyway.
Somebody was like, oh, TV license cunt came to my door, and my dad was like, aye, I've got a telly. And he was like, oh, so you're watching the telly? He's like, no, I've got milk in the fridge, but I've not got a coo at the back. I was like, perfect. That's going to be my defence from now on.
Unreal.
Perfect.
However, part
Stevie.
to the Bake Off, which is starting soon.
Was he on that?
Aye,
Stevie
I
Wonder.
need.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder's on the Bake Off this year.
Oh,
I did read that.
See if Stevie Wonder did Celebrity Bake Off, that would prove that he's just a fraud. Like he's.
I mean, the video is like enough to be like, yo.
yeah.
Because it's like, even if it was like Daredevil-esque.
Sorry, I had to go to see if Wonder was his real last name. Obviously, it's not. His first name isn't even Stephen.
What was his first name?
Steve Land.
Steve Land.
Steve Land. Stevland. Steveland.
Steveland. No.
Steveland Hardaway Morris.
Do you know the reason why he's called Stevie Wonder though?
No.
Is because he started picking up music when he was like 6 years old, and they all called him Little Stevie Wonder. Because he was like picking up music, like as a blind wee kid, he was like playing piano and shit.
Steveland Wonder doesn't really have the same ring
No,
to
it doesn't.
So they're like, nah, we can't go with Steveland. It's a bit.
I just always
It's a bit
thought his name
Neverland.
was Stephen.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
fucking,
Steven
like a
would make-
fucking normal human being. You thought his name was Steven.
Steveland.
Steveland. Well, isn't that, what was the one that you told me? Was it fucking Craig Owens?
Craigery.
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 No.
Not even a real name.
Oh,
His name is straight up Craigery.
that's disgusting.
It is gross.
Well, I mean,
To be fair, the Americans will say Craig like Craig, so it's close to Gregory, which is almost
even-
Gregory.
I suppose. Because
You're
Gregory
getting close
is.
there. However, Still bang out of order. And this band are shite. Can't get behind it.
Nah, they're rank rotten.
Mentally, the best cheer this album is the one where he wasn't on the album.
We talked about this the other week. I was literally talking to Began about this today, being like, "Yo, this is the only album that is worth fucking listening to, and it doesn't have that guy on."
I have
it."
seen that band twice.
Nice. Is he about to say the same fucking show that we've been to? What was one of the shows?
The first one was King Tut's with some honking support bands. Same night as Nails. I missed Nails to go see fucking them at King Tut's, and I was livid about it. So fucking annoyed. The other one was like Kerrang Tour with Tonight Alive, who are actually alright.
I don't know.
No, they're not bad. The front lassie just thinks she's Gwen Stefani. Like camel cargos, white vest, beanie, and I'm like,
She does a lot
you've
of
seen No Doubt music videos.
She does a lot of yoga nowadays.
Like that's what it was.
Why does ska keep getting brought up?
They're not a ska band.
No Doubt are a fucking ska band, bro.
Are they?
They're a
What?
fucking ska band.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
Oh, I fucking forgot that No Doubt sound like madness. Oh yeah, oh, brilliant.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, No Doubt are not a ska band. Like,
They had one song with upstrokes. Is that what it is?
Yes. To me, ska band. You got upstrokes? Ska band.
Who else is on this tour?
Fearless Vampire Killers. Not a good. Oh, they made me feel.
Honking.
See, sometimes when people talk and you're like inside are queasy, they were like, "Oh, the crowd are so damn hot tonight. Can't wait to take you all backstage." And I'm like, "Sorry, these are all children at Kerrang Tour," and I'm just there like, "Please stop the show." Black Veil Brides headlined, which were fucking class.
I bet they put on a good show.
They put on a big show, and they're just like big stadium rock. Like that's all they do. I know like they get a bad rep for being Black Veil Brides, and he's a bit of an arse piece, but they put on a good show, couple of riffs, fine.
That wasn't the same show we were at.
No.
What
we
show
saw Chiodos in the Paralands when they supported
Atreyu,
36 Crazy Fits and Atreyu.
I was not at that show, but that sounds way better than anything I've been to.
That was the first ever like metal show I'd ever been
Yeah,
to.
me too.
Because I was like
2006.
fucking 2006.
I was 15, 14.
I would have been 13.
My first ever
So I was
metal show was
14.
at Carlin Academy before it became O2 Academy, and it was Defenders of the Faith 2.
What is that?
Was that the one with Arch Enemy, Demi Borgia,
No, it was Lamb of God,
Flavor
Demi
Fruit Punch?
Borgia, Five Finger Death Punch, and Unearth, and I was just
Yeah.
like, perfect.
Wow!
Like,
Unearth didn't play Zombie Autopilot.
No,
I
they
was
did not.
raging.
Oh,
The only reason you went.
man.
also
I
like
were fucking lit.
Demu like had like a 20-minute set because like their keyboards just did not work.
Yeah, they couldn't find a cable on a tour with like 1,000 bands.
Yeah, and they were just like cool.
Borrow one.
Yeah, I had to. I travelled from Aberfeldy all the way down here just for that one show.
I travelled from Bridgeton.
It's a wee walk.
Fuckers, I could have
20-minute walk.
That's the thing. Like gigs back then, like I didn't have that whole. Oh, I can just go to like gigs whenever I want. It was an actual event, so it was that. And then a year later, I saw Lamb of God again with Between the Buried and Me, August Burns Red, and Job for a Cowboy.
Oh, what a fucking
Again.
show!
And me and Began talk about this all the time. Like they don't make tours like that anymore.
No, not at all.
Like and now it's like you get headliner and a main support,
Yeah.
but you don't get like the
Four huge
the package
bands.
tour. Like
Yeah,
see,
like fucking Job for a Cowboy?
they're coming back. Can't wait.
Oh, fucking...
Yeah, like Taste the Chaos tour, also dumb fun. And I think
Yeah.
there was like Kerrang had a tour,
What was-
Metal Hammer had a tour.
What was the tour that... There was a tour... Was it Taste... It may have been Taste... I don't think it was Taste the Chaos. They had another one that... The last show that I ever went to was in the Arches, and it was fucking Architects...
Was it Never Say
Protest
Die?
the
That was
Hero-
Never Say
Never
Die.
Say Die. Never Say Die now is fucking garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll throw it
like-
out there. It's fucking garbage. But I used to go to a few because there was like Parkway Drive played one with like
Yeah.
fucking
You'd always get like
Miss May I and shit. It was like
Was that the one that was in the ABC and it was
Yeah,
like
Ghost
Parkway Drive,
Inside.
Your Demise, 100th, Bleeding Through.
Oh my god, yeah, Bleeding Through played.
there were just always
randomly.
like stupidly stacked lineups, and you'd
Yeah.
be like, where else can you see like Carnifex, Suicide Silence, Architects, like Bring Me the Horizon,
And it
Amura
brought-
on the same thing.
It brought all of like now all of like the kind of metal and like heavy music scene is so like segregated into their own wee groups now.
Yeah.
Whereas back then it was just like, no, we all like heavy shit. Let's just put it
Yeah.
all in the same show and let's just go fucking tonto.
And that's why Stevie Wonder's not blind.
Yeah, like every year I look at Never Say Die, and I'm like, I feel old because I don't know any single
I know
band.
none of these.
I know like the top one because it's always like Amur or
Amur,
something like that, and I'm
every
like,
fucking
oh,
year.
cool. And then there's like a bunch of bands, and I'm like, I have no idea what
like
this is.
North Lane and fucking Brother Bear or some shit.
There was one that was
North Lane are pretty dope.
I've never listened to them.
They're pretty good.
Yeah,
they're okay.
I give them a show.
But it's like loads of bands like Polaris and Crystal Lake, and I'm like, are these just like?
But all these bands are
words?
like they think about things so much instead of just like playing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we fucking like did maths to work this song out. Like, bro, you're not. This town needs guns. Calm down.
I feel so stupid going to like math shows. I went to see Animals as Leaders and just felt dumb. And I was just like, And Vegan was just like, this is really, really shite stage part because they made like a music theory joke and like half the crowd laughed. I was like, I didn't get it. Like,
yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's like a music theory thing. And I'm like, cheers. Thanks.
I cut Niblock's hair the other day, and he was talking about how like he's playing some sinking like math rock thing.
Oh,
this
he
weekend.
is playing a stinker.
And he said that one of the bands that he's played with them before made a comment once on stage saying, "Oh, the song's in like 15/7," and the entire crowd went fucking mad, as if
really?
like it was like that was the thing that they were looking forward to.
Yeah, like Sam would fucking come in his pants.
You'd be able to count out and everything.
But that's the thing, like,
Love that shit.
anytime
Oh man, I don't know if you listened to the last episode we did with Sam.
I did.
He straight up corrected us on all the shit we've got wrong about music.
Our
'Cause we
music
say
theory
shit.
is so dumb.
We just say shit about music, just being like, yeah, we understand it, and he was just like, you are always wrong.
yeah. So like, I
It felt good. It felt really nice.
It was quite like, what's the word for it? It was quite,
Humbling.
like, yes, and like kind of freeing almost, where I'm like, I don't have
Liberating.
to pretend to understand anymore because I have now been outed as a fucking idiot. I don't have to pretend to know things anymore.
Yeah, that's how I feel all the time. Like, see, when I spend too much time hanging around with like the guys in God Eater who are all like
Geniuses.
weird geniuses, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like I play bass, and it's not really
It's not
been
You
tuned
it's not
barely
before.
played bass.
Yeah,
You
like,
put every pedal you could find
Yeah.
through your bass and then called it music.
I have 4 fuzz
And then
pedals.
had me play drums. And I agreed.
Like, I had an idea for it and tried to run it past Niblock to be like, I need your mathy weird
Right.
brain here because he plays a 6-string bass like an idiot.
Ah.
And I'm like,
showing
oh,
off the
cool.
block. Fuck's sake.
So I was like, I want to have this song that's in Morse code. And he was just like, this is a start. So I like put all the Morse code in, and I'm like, this is how many like beats of a bar this needs to be. And then I said, the second part is in 25/4. In my head, it makes sense. And I've never seen a guy look like he's having a stroke before, but it was close to John Niblock just explaining like, no, it's 4 4s and then a 5/4. And I'm like, nah, it's in 25, man. Because that's just how my brain works it out, because I'm an idiot and a peasant. And I don't know how any of this works. So I'm like, yeah, there's 25 beats there. And of course, yeah, let's call it 25/4. Like, I'm like the new face of tech metal. Like, I'm just creating stuff. Like, yeah, cool. Wait for like Metal Hammer to pick up. Like, this guy, like, nobody knows who he is, but he writes in 25/4. And you'll see me like supporting, like, I don't know, like Meshuggah or something like that at the bars. But I don't actually know how my head plugs into a cab. I need to get somebody to do that for me because I'm that stupid. Yeah, like, oh, I'm a disgrace, and I rock up at shows like I'm the best thing that's ever happened, but realistically, I have a strobe that annoys everybody, including me.
I love that it started off as a thing, and then you're just like, I'm gonna have to roll with this now.
Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
running, like, oh, it's horrific, because I can't see shit.
Right, so after everything that's happened, obviously with like coronavirus being a thing and stuff, and shows haven't been a thing, do you see Slow Walker still being a thing after 2 years of not doing anything?
Yeah, 100%. I've been thinking about it a lot recently.
I remember you said to me you were trying to write a doom opera.
Yeah, it was
It
going to
made me
like,
so angry.
yeah, going to be a doom op. Like, Ross Began fuels a lot of these stupid ideas because he knows I'm
Do
stupid.
not blame vegan.
Vegan just like plants the seed like, this is a good idea, and inside I'm like, Ross is smart, so of course it's going to be a good idea. And it's not. It's always like the dumbest ideas. He's like, why don't you just record a 24-hour song? And I'm like, what? He's like, just go into a room for 24 hours and record.
You're not Shia LaBeouf, dude.
And he's like, just see what happens. I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then I'm like, no,
Who the fuck would want to record you for 24 hours, bro?
I don't know, just anybody. Could be a laugh. I might like rope you in to do drums.
No!
Go to that.
24
No!
For
I could
24 hours.
I could barely keep up with you for 15 fucking minutes when
That's
we
true.
play the show.
But then you can have like ambient noise in the middle, just like warbling.
So I can like go for a sleep is what you're saying.
Pretty much it.
You just record just snoring.
Yeah, like, oh, what do you call
I
it?
get like
Field
8 hours.
recordings.
I get 8 hours out. is what you're saying, and I can just go for like an 8-hour proper night's sleep.
Probably, yeah.
That's
why
probably
not?
the best night's sleep I would ever have in my life. Is just you.
We'll go
fucking
to that mad
making
cottage
noise.
up like where it's like Loch Fyne or something stupid.
I
One
know
that's
the guy
got-
that owns it, so let's fucking do it. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Fuck it. Why not, man?
Suddenly,
We'll go
it's
stay in
not
the
just.
cottage.
It's not like a grim record. You're going to a cottage with the boys? Ah, why not?
Oh man, it's right on the loch. It's fucking beautiful, man.
Great, I can't swim. I'm also scared of open water because I'm like
It's
monsters.
a
monsters
loch,
in there.
bro. You
No.
can see the other side.
Aye, but you can't see the bottom.
That's not open water. Open water is if you can't
the
see the
sea.
other side.
No,
Fucking
no,
ocean.
no. Open water is can I
Oh.
touch the sides?
No.
That's open water to me. Because me out in the open, that's like saying a field's not out in the open. Like a field is in the open, but you can't touch the sides. Can't do
No.
it.
Open
Can I touch
water.
the sides?
Open water and out in the open are very different things.
Open water, can't I do
Yeah.
it? Nah. See if
That's not open water. You can see you can literally see the edge the whole way around.
Nah, I don't believe you. Like,
It doesn't matter if you don't believe
Don't
me.
believe it.
I'm
You're just
telling
being
you
wrong
it's not
right
open
now.
water.
nah, just don't believe you. That's what it is. Basically,
Why have you never learned to swim?
I go swimming in rivers like back home and stuff. But again, it's not
You
open
can't
water.
swim.
Oh no, like it's
Just
fine.
like-
What you're saying is you walk in the water. You paddle.
Nah, I can keep myself alive. Like, swimming for my life, okay. But, like, can I do, like, laps or anything?
Nobody's asking you to do laps in a loch, bro.
Ah, but you might.
Why? I'll turn into a drill
Banter,
sergeant. Just like 10 laps, motherfucker.
Nah, like, it's just one of these things. Like, I don't like not being able to touch the bottom, whereas most rivers, I can touch the bottom. So, like, it's a thing. Because, like, I can swim for a bit and then I'm like, I'm fat and I'm tired, and then you start, like, sinking. But if you can touch the bottom, like, kick yourself back up, you're fine. But in a loch, how deep's that? It could be, like, 800 metres or something. Like, what lives down there? Also, like, see if something...
What lives down there?
like, Loch Ness Monsters.
It's in fucking Loch Fyne. You're literally in Inverary.
We went ghost hunting in there.
Right, so that's going to turn you off from going to the loch because there's going to be ghosts in it.
Aye, probably. It was
There's going to be
haunted.
ghosts in the
was,
loch.
It was haunted as fucking that
Yeah, you
jail.
went to the fucking jail. Of course it was.
Aye, so maybe there's other people scared of open water and they get made to do laps. Died in the loch. Now you've got locky ghosts. Wee big ghosty loch, and I'm not going in there getting touched by ghosts.
Get touched by ghosts.
I can't touch the sides. So, what do you think? You
It's not the
panic?
first time you've heard that, is it?
Aye, so. Aye. Open water is when you can't, like, in my head, my definition of open water is can I touch the sides or can I touch the bottom and still be like, okay, nah, don't like it.
There is
Right.
like a weird theory about like open, like the sea.
Yeah,
I'm not saying open water anymore. Where like we say that we've seen 5%, or we have like, explored
Yeah,
5%
yeah.
of the ocean.
Yeah.
But how do we know?
How do we know?
that there is still 95%?
Yeah.
How do we know that? How are we able to go? Oh, there's 100% in this, and we've seen this 5%.
Yeah.
How do we know that? That means we've seen it all,
seen it all.
and we don't want to tell people.
Nah, I don't think it's that we've seen it all.
No, it's because he's scared of open water. He's scared of lochs.
Aye,
Don't,
no, that-
don't say
that's
to him.
essentially
Don't
what
say
Go
to
in a
him.
big bath.
I'm
just in
with you.
case.
Nah,
Sorry, there's
like,
life buoys at the side of every part of the sea. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
there's no lifeboats in every part of the sea.
I'm just trying to make you feel better.
I'm not going in the sea anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, you're going to a loch.
Like, that's the thing, like it's just, but it's connected to the sea somewhere. Like, it has to be connected to, you can't just have like because then it's just like a big puddle. And like, it needs to have the water coming and going.
But the
What
loch.
do you think lakes are?
My God, big puddles, but like, they're connected to the sea. Same as you get like sea
God.
loch.
Right, I'm fucking shutting this
The
down.
other day
Stevie Wonder.
when we went to Helen's,
Uh-huh.
Shannon was like, I thought this was a beach. I was like, technically it is a beach. She was like, so what sea is that? And I was like, the River Clyde. I felt so bad just being like, that's not an ocean.
Nah,
It's the River
bro.
Clyde. We're just sitting having our fish and chips on the Port of Glasgow, being like, lovely.
I went to Port Glasgow recently,
lovely.
and it was the most depressing day of my life.
It's a sad
Yo,
place.
keep your fucking voice down. My wife's in
Yeah,
Port
she'll come
Glasgow.
through. She'll shank you.
It was not an enjoyable day out.
Mate, I was there today.
Why were you there today?
Because that's
my
what
kids
Emma's
off.
from.
Oh, class.
Dropping my kids off at their granny's house.
Oh, brilliant.
Or just one of them.
I went with Sophie because she was getting her nails done by like some family member. And
Why the fuck was she going all the way to Port to get her nails done? You
it's like one of these
Where
like
do you live? Cambuslang?
Oh,
And
God.
you went to fucking Port Glasgow to get your nails done?
He doesn't live in Cambuslang. He lives in Halfway, which is the worst place on earth.
Grim.
Because I ran to Blanchett's
Why is
house
it
on.
called Halfway?
I don't
It's
know.
halfway between Glasgow and Hamilton, I think. I think that's like the thing.
I ran to Blanchett's on Christmas Day, and as I was running up all these hills, and I hated my life already. And I was like, I'm running through Cambuslang. Where the fuck does he live? And then I got to a sign that said, "Welcome to Halfway," and I was like, you don't live in Cambuslang. You live in Halfway.
That was like
And then
when
I started running faster because I feared for my life.
Like, it gets a bad rap, but it's okay. Like, I live in a nice wee bit. I say that like we've
You
had.
live in the
Halfway.
fucking ghetto, sir.
Like,
Halfway, just the name Halfway alone sounds like the end of the fucking world.
It's close to it. Like, we've had like multiple stabbings since I moved in.
So when I ran to his, bear in mind it was Christmas morning.
Yeah, so it was nice and quiet.
Blankets downstairs neighbours, the fucking Polish lads were having a fucking barbecue and listening to really loud techno.
Yeah, like
I was just like,
Having a fucking
I was
barbecue.
like, what one's your house? Because I need to come in.
I don't want to be here anymore. I've dropped you off at your house before, and I've never realised that I was in Halfway.
I don't
The
think you dropped
massive
me off
sign,
at
like-
that house. I think you might have dropped me off at like the one that was like further up. Because I moved.
Was that also in Halfway?
No, I was what, Newton?
Wait, it wasn't in the
Bro,
Newton
where
Farm
do you
estate.
live? Where do you live?
No, it's
He
Every
lives
time
in
we're like,
Halfway now.
like Cambuslang.
I
That was like
literally
when I told
moved.
people I lived in fucking Kelvinside, but actually I lived in Maryhill.
Like,
Oh, I
it's
was in the
weird,
West
like,
End.
You can,
I say Strathbungo sometimes.
Oh, wait.
I literally moved like 178 doors. Like I'm now
you
at
count
7.
them?
Well, no, I can just do maths in my head. I'm now
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's an actual genius.
You can count to 178.
Yeah, no, I now live at number 7, and I used to live at number 185.
Was it on the same road?
Yeah, same street, just follow around.
Can you go around to that weird bit where the landlord had the GIMP suit?
Yeah, that was a rough. Oh,
I was about to move into our favourite segment, but
no,
Let's
so,
hold
like,
on.
I moved into a flat share that I found on Spare Room, the best place to find weird houses.
spare room
Spareroom.com is people just punting their spare rooms. Class.
does exactly what it says on the thing.
cheap room.
Right.
Guy who owned it, bit weird.
Okay.
And yeah, like he just disappeared for like 9 months and just went to Thailand for a bit and came back, and like he changed the living room light bulb to like a multicolored flashing one, and him and another man would just stay there sometimes. Like unannounced would rock up to the house and be like, "Oh yeah, we're just sleeping on like a single mattress
In the living room.
in the living room."
Did he
Weird.
not have a room?
No, because
No,
he
they were
rented them all
rented
out.
He rented all the fucking rooms out in his own home and then had to sleep in the living room.
Yeah. Weird.
Okay.
But yeah, one day, woke up, just Brett and Breeze, I'm like, oh, go to the toilet.
Breezy.
Big old morning pish waiting to go here. And there was just a GIMP suit getting like drained out in the bath. So obviously he's opened it up and like soaked it through, and it was just dry in there. I think I've still got a photo on my phone of it. Like it
you
was
can
just
find
me.
that and send it to Craig. So
It
he
was
can put
just
it
me.
I'm putting that on the video if you can find it.
Yeah, like, oh, it was grim. And I'm like, oh, good morning.
Are you sure that it had been like rinsed and that
Oh,
wasn't?
it was soaking. Like
Ah,
the shower had been on, like you could see.
You can tell the shower had been on.
Yeah, shower had definitely
Okay.
been on.
It's washing away the sins of last night.
Yeah, and I'm like, cool. Great.
I'm going back.
Then you
to
had
And
to go
I-
into the kitchen, make toast.
Yeah, I had to like go and make breakfast. 'Cause I'm like, I want to go out and I want to have a shower, but I don't want to like touch it. Like, nah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
You like wake
Why
the
not
boys
your
up.
fucking GIMP suit?
So I went,
Aye, just like wake the boy up like, here, can you move your
I
gift
went,
so I can go for a
yeah,
shower?
I went through to like the kitchen, which you have to pass through the living room for. So I
Right.
made it aware that I was very much awake.
Yeah.
I made toast and went and sat in my room and just waited till I could hear him like go and like peel it out and just take it away. And I'm like, cool, I can have my shower now. You can hear it. Oh, it's just weird. Just like you can hear it like slapping about. Oh, it was grim. Like a wetsuit, but obviously not a wetsuit. It's a GIMP suit.
It was wet.
It was very
It
wet.
was a wetsuit, but it wasn't a wetsuit.
Yeah. Oh, horrific flat. Weirdest place. Like so much weird shit going on. Like
But that's like just building. Like, we all understand that you're a very fucking strange man.
Not
It's
that
because of the
strange.
circumstances you have been in. Like, that all adds to the fact that you're fucking bizarre as shit. Like, the fucking time... Like, not... I mean, we're so beyond what we usually do. But the one time that always sticks out in my head is that time we played a show in Birmingham. Remember we stayed...
Yeah.
We get invited back to a guy's house. But as we were leaving the show, we were playing with a French band, and they were going back through the border.
Shout out Resolve.
Resolve, that's who it was. Yeah, fucking shout out Resolve. They were fucking great human beings.
Amazing
They
people.
were so fucking good to be
They
around.
also dropped a single a week or two ago, and it is incredible.
Yeah.
Bang, it's huge.
Oh,
It's a massive song.
They are
For real?
huge.
Oh,
yeah.
sick. I'll put it on the fucking playlist next week. But so as they were leaving, they turned to us being like, yo, we need to like go over the border tonight, and we have like a fucking bag of weed in the van. Can we just give you our bag of weed so we don't have to try and get it through the border? Like, yeah, fucking sure, whatever. So we get back to this dude's house. Let's just also slip in here that the guy's house we were in was also a very hard, straight edge man.
I asked for permission to drink a beer in his presence. Like, I said,
That kind of uncomfortable.
I have a beer. Is it okay if I drink it?
Yeah.
He was just like, yes, you may. And I'm like, cool.
I was
thanks.
like, yes, you may. So we got fucking... Also, obviously, got this bag of weed, not realising that none of us had, like, a grinder or anything, because we
don't
were
smoke.
planning on...
None of the utensils needed
Exactly.
to smoke weeds.
Because we weren't exactly planning on smoking a shitload of weed. And so Blanchet in his fucking infinite wisdom went, here, Kurt's got a kitchen. We'll just go find something in there. Goes in, finds a knife, and then you didn't want to get his... breadboards or his cutting boards smelling of weed, so he used the fucking instruction manual from a microwave. And he sat cutting this fucking weed like it was a bit of garlic, just trimming this thing down. And this motherfucker at the end of it all went, oh man, he's gonna pure smell that. So he rinsed the fucking
That was like
manual.
The worst thing is, like, no one was really that drunk, and no one was definitely high yet. You know? Like,
No, it was like-
and this was the ideas you were already having.
Like, it was like 45 minutes later, and I was just panicking because I was just on this guy's balcony, because he had like the balcony attached to the living room. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit out here smoking. What a delight.
Yeah.
And like, me and Sharpie smashed a bottle of Buckfast, because obviously, what a great idea
'Cause
to
Sharpie
do on
was
day
there,
one
so-
of a trip away. And then, yeah, it just hit me. I think I was like about to go to sleep, because like blow up beds were out, people were in sleeping bags, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, and just like ran, like not even like got up quickly, like actual Usain Bolt
Pelted.
fucking sprinted, probably made so much noise. And then Johnny came through and was just like, what the fuck is up with you? And I'm like, cool, just rinsing this, like actually
this
just,
a wash?
just putting it under the tap. And I'm like, this is paper, I hadn't thought this through. And the thing's just getting like soaking wet, and I'm like, oh no. So like I ended up like getting to a kitchen roll and put it in between like each page just to like dry it out enough, and then just kind of like put it back, and I was just like, I won't know the difference, like this is as good as new. And it was fine. And it was,
And
it
then we
was
left
awkward.
his house so early in the morning.
Oh, we left like
and
I
then
don't
we
know if
went
it was
to
like,
fucking London or something the next day.
oh, we went for big breakfast that day. That was the
That was the
weekend.
you went into the place like, how many hash browns you got?
Because
And you got like a full fucking punnet of beans.
Everyone
like
just-
every tin of beans you
Everyone
have.
was like, can I get a rolling bacon or a rolling like sausage or whatever? And you were like, how many hash browns you got? Can you do me some toast? Geese all your beans and some mushrooms. And then you had to eat that in a moving vehicle.
no, it wasn't how many
wearing a
hash
white
browns.
t-shirt.
It was, they had like a bacon tray that had hash browns, and I went and said, can I have all of your hash browns, please? And can I have 4 slices of toast? And she's like, oh, do you mean like 4 like halves of toast or 2 slices of bread? I'm like,
No.
4 slices of bread, please. She's like, oh, 8 bits of toast. And I'm like, well, if that's how you're counting it, then yeah, I would like
That's
that.
how you want to say
And
it, then
she
I
was
guess
just
so.
like, anything else? And I'm like, can I get like beans? And she's like, well, how much beans? And I'm like, just like enough. just kept doing, like, she was just like done like 3 scoops, and then was just like, is that enough beans? I was like, can I like have a couple of more scoops, please? And then she just looked at the till like, how the fuck do I charge this breakfast?
I'm
Like,
pretty sure I walked in, bought a packet of crisps and a fucking Red Bull.
Yeah.
And then you walked in and literally bought them out of their entire fucking stock
Oh,
for the
like,
day.
I got
Because
back-
it was like 9 in the morning.
I
And
got
you were
back in the van
buying
and Ev was like,
everything.
"We're running late. Like, what took you so long?" You were like 25 minutes in there. I was like, "I didn't." Like,
Nah, that was one person. All of us were like, don't want to move.
yeah, and I was
Don't
just
care.
like, "Oh, like it took ages to make 8 slices of toast, so I'm here."
Don't have a 2-slice toaster, you know.
Yeah, no, they must have had a 2-slicer because it was taking its
It's
time.
just a wee Tefal in the back.
Yeah.
Just
And
one of the wee
then-
blue ones.
Went to London and I said, "We're eating here." Didn't care what anyone else said. Just
Yeah,
took the
yeah.
Chinese buffet at like,
Oh, and
like
Sam had
12
a fucking
midday.
fit, remember?
Oh,
Because he
Sam-
like wouldn't fucking eat anything because he's so
Vegetables? No.
Because he was just like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's like meant to be chicken, but it's mushrooms." And he's like, "And what is this?" And
He's
I'm
like, Borat.
I'm
What
like,
is this?
I'm like, "Oh, that's like beef, but that's like it's made out of like seitan and gluten,
Yeah.
like wheat." And he's like, I don't get it." And I'm like,
Just
Have
eat
the
it.
rice,
I
bro.
was just
You'll
like,
be
you don't
okay.
need
"Just
get
keep
it.
piling it up.
Just
It's going to
eat
be really, really nice."
It was a fucking like all you can eat vegan buffet.
for like £8, dynamite,
It was-
happiest
it was
I've ever
so
eaten.
Amazing.
delicious.
Is that
And
not closed now?
Yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. the Dow Dow.
It was
Oh,
amazing. It was so
best
good.
place in the world. And we went there, had a great lunch, and then Sam, like 45 minutes later, was like, "My stomach's really sore. I think it's like all that vegan food I've been eating." I'm like, "Cunt, you've had like a
had
plate
nutrients.
of noodles and like
You had
a
fucking
couple
prawn
of bean
crackers.
sprouts or something. Like you've
Sorry.
not had anything that's going to like upset your stomach."
He had a fucking plate of prawn crackers. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
like,
That's
he's
all
just-
he fucking ate.
I'm pretty sure he had like chips, rice, and curry sauce. Like just a standard. This is safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just like, "Oh, it's quite a sort of stomach," and I'm like, "All right, man. Like I'm not
Right.
having this."
Yeah, let's do the playlist because we're like
Cool.
we've done so much.
Amazing.
You're for sure gonna have to like come on another episode because there's
Oh,
so much shit. From
I told
just
you
that.
already. Put a pin in
Put
it.
a pin in
right
it,
at the
'cause,
beginning.
Like just
Cool.
this trip alone of us going away for those like 5 or 4 days, like there's so much shit we need to talk about.
Horrific, but dead fun.
Oh,
And I'd love to do it again, despite
Yeah.
people saying the band's not a thing anymore. And I'm like,
who said that?
Ah, maybe a thing. Who knows?
at my birthday,
Who?
I think it was Johnny said, "Band's not a thing," and your face of, "Excuse me?"
It was definitely the other way around.
Was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, to be fair, that was a very big night, so I can't
It
remember
was.
much.
So of course we are now moving on to the only actual segment we have.
Yep. We're talking about the Dead End Gems playlist.
It's a good playlist.
That is fucking
I feel like
phenomenal,
Blanket
this playlist.
absolutely smashed the vibe.
He smashed 4 out of 5. Let's give him 4 out of 5.
Here.
There's one in
we'll
there.
give you
it's
4 out of 5. Yeah,
questionable.
it's questionable.
It's questionable.
I don't have a
but
fucking
we'll-
clue which one's
but we
questionable
will
here.
allow you to plead your case.
So-
We are a very open podcast. We want everybody to feel
But
welcome.
we'll do it in order. We'll get to you. You fucking wait your turn.
You're
right?
the fucking main event here.
Okay.
Watch.
So
Continue.
it was good choices this
It
week.
was. Yep.
So I put on Quincy Jones, 100 Ways,
Because obviously.
because obviously, the sample.
What's the sample?
Did you not listen to the song
I've listened to the song, but
right at the end? That's too far.
That's to the end. I don't want to.
Do you not know the sample?
I don't know the song. I didn't listen to it. I saw Quincy Jones and was just like, Austin Powers, man. That's all I needed to know. And we just like
no.
turned it off. Like that's as much as Quincy Jones as I can take.
Like it's like the last 2 minutes of the song. Rhymes like dimes. Yeah.
Bastards, what is?
Yes, he literally sings the line. Oh my god. He sings it from the song, and then it's got the do 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 do.
Oh, it's the fucking- I've got the keys now. Oh, it's what it is. Oh,
So we
sick.
put obviously I have to put an MF Doom sample. on.
Obviously, every
of
week.
course,
Every week.
naturally. And then I put I had this on Radio 6 because obviously that's
That's
all I do
all
in my
you
life.
do now.
So it's called the guy's called Mid MYD. He's like some French electro guy.
Oh, of course it goes back to being fucking French,
Being
bro.
French.
Also, is your name French?
No,
The
Matt
origins-
is not really like a French
no, your
name.
last name.
Like, oh,
No, technically Matthew is Matthew.
Matthew?
If you do IEU,
Aye,
it
but
is.
you
But then
can
that's
also-
not the same name as Matthew.
yeah, it's a
which is his name.
different
Oh,
name.
suck it.
Aye,
And
like
Blanchett kinda is French, but I think they would
Blanchet.
say
I double
Blanchet.
checked it. Like
Blanchet.
it's like from some weird thing. There's a coat of arms. Looks hard as fuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's
Obviously.
blue and yellow. And I didn't really like get behind the blue and yellow color scheme. So
Why? Why is
Why?
that?
I just don't like blue and
Explain
yellow.
it.
It's not it's not like a good color combo.
Right.
All right.
Not particularly.
So it's not
Amazing.
French.
I don't think so.
Blanchet.
Blanche.
Matt LeBlanc.
Blanc. Le Blanc.
But you can make anything sound French, like Gary Gordon. Like
Gordon.
Just because you put a fucking accent on, is the fact that your name
It's Blanchet.
genuinely. The way you just said that there, that could be super French.
It could be, but
But it's
nah,
not.
it's not.
Right, what's the next fucking
So the next song I put on was Bad Selection by The Armed. So The Armed, this album might be my album of the year.
Yeah, you hit me with this the other day and I had no idea what was happening.
It is straight up the most bonkers thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
So there's like 8 people in this band.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Collar played drums on this album. Kurt Ballou produced it. I think it is his like brainchild. I think he maybe said to these
Somehow
people,
connected.
"You should have been in a band." And
Yeah.
it's honestly just wild. Like,
Yeah.
it's mad.
Because you sent me it. And I was like, oh, this is just like another kind of like
Because
weird poppy thing.
No, because
the
I
first
messaged you and I
song-
was going to the gym and I was like, oh, I want to listen to something really heavy today.
Yeah.
And you started to send me some stuff, and
So
it was
naturally
all,
I said you said like fucking regional justice center
and it was all sick, but it was like 15 minutes long, and I was like, well, that's too short. So I found this album because I was watching the Amoeba Music, like the record store in America, like What's in My Bag thing, and it was Bob Mould from Husker Du, and he started talking about this band, and I was like, if it's good enough for Bob Mould,
Yeah.
it's good enough for. Did you know he used to write for WCW back in the day?
Did he?
Yeah, he talks about it on this thing.
It's mad.
Yeah, I didn't know this at all. I
Holy
was
shit.
absolutely blown away by
That's
this.
wild.
Yeah, so Bob Mould, the boy,
Oscar
sick.
Day. Fucking shit.
But yeah, that it might be my album of the year. Like before that, it was Tyler, but it's
It's because it's so fucking bizarre.
yeah.
'Cause it starts
it's-
when you listen to it. It starts off as like it could almost be like a fucking B-side to like a 1975 album.
It sounds like it could be like the soundtrack to a Michael Bay film from the first 5 seconds, and then you're like, now what? Like what happened?
It
And
turns into like a fucking-
the album's called Ultra Pop, so it throws you off completely.
Yeah.
It's like bright colors on the cover, and I
Yeah.
was like,
And then eventually it sounds like fucking Loma Preta.
it's
Like,
insane.
fucking
They're-
wild.
They're a weird band because I remember them from like ages ago,
Yeah.
where they just
Yeah.
sounded like Converge, like that kind of mad, harsh, like hardcore thing.
Yeah.
And it was class. And now they're like a bit too weird. I couldn't get into
Well,
it.
this album had like Ava Spence singing on it. It had Mark Lanigan, like what's his face from Queens of the Stone Age.
Holy shit.
Like it had like fucking loads of people on it. It was insane.
Big album, but
Yeah,
I just
absolutely huge.
couldn't get behind it at
And then my
all.
last two was Puma Blue, song called Bruise Cruise. Jim Gray showed me this song,
I like Pure Blue.
and it's so good, like super jazzy.
Mhm.
The lyrics to it are really cool. I like this kind of like bedroom pop thing that he does on his own.
Yeah.
I think it works really well, and I like the theme, the
Artwork.
cover for it.
Yeah.
And then just Sonic Reducer by the Dead Boys, because it's a fucking sick song.
Don't know who that is.
I also do not know who that is.
Ain't no loser.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the song, but
Yeah.
it's sick.
Just
It's
don't know
sick.
this by a band called
Yeah.
Dead Boys.
That's really good.
No, these were very, very good choices. Again, just all over the place. What we like to see. This week for me, I randomly went into a bit of a like. I forgot how much I love old Architect stuff, and because as doing that, I then remembered that there was a split with them and Dead Swans.
Yep.
So In the Half Light was one of the songs, or was this song on the split with Architects, and I forgot how much I fucking love that song. It's just the way it opens. It's just the guitar riff.
Yeah,
Oh, it's awesome. I fucking love it.
class.
And then the next one is that part. I mean, it says on this by Schoolboy Q. It's not. Schoolboy Q is in it,
Yeah.
but it's done by fucking Black Hippie. So it's got like Kendrick Lamar, J Rock, Absol, and then Schoolboy Q in it as well.
It's on the Grand Theft Auto theme tune.
Is it?
Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm sure.
Wow.
Because that's like
Wow.
when I was listening to it, I was like, I know this from
You
that.
recognise it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because
That-
it was a song I'd definitely heard before.
But the fucking again, it's just the Lamar verse on it just fucking blows me away every time. Like just phenomenal. And then I have Pariah by End just to throw in something that's
Crazy.
kind of
Yeah.
opposite
Ridiculous.
from what I've done before. There's one part in it that every time it happens I almost lose my shit. It's just like the drums near the end. It's like and I just lose my fucking mind.
They're one of those bands that I'm desperate for them to come over here and
Yeah.
play some shows.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those bands though that they have to all be free.
Yeah,
You know,
like that.
because they're like not a band, they're
Yeah.
a super group.
Because it's like the singer from Counterparts.
Yeah.
Who else is in it?
Is Will Putney in it?
think he might be.
It's
It's one of those like.
is it Gregory Thomas? Is that his name? I think I made that name up. But he played guitar in Misery Signals for an album.
Oh right. Okay.
And he has a recording studio and all that kind of stuff as well.
Dope. But yeah, they're amazing. I love their. Was it
Definitely, I think I made that name up.
Glass?
No, Gregory Thomas from Shai Hulud.
Yeah, he was in Shai Hulud for a bit. He was in Misery Signals.
Oh, that's so sick.
But he's younger than everyone else in Shai Hulud. Everyone in Shai Hulud is like 50 and he's just like 30.
Yeah, bassist played in Reign Supreme and drummer played in Trade Wind. So like one of those supergroups where you're like, it doesn't just affect like a couple of people. It's like 5 bands worth of people.
Yeah, 5 bands worth of people are fucked.
Yeah.
Remember Reign Supreme though?
No, I never listened to them.
Great.
They were a great hardcore
really?
band.
You'd
yeah.
love them.
I don't really like hardcore.
You'd like this.
Would I?
Yeah.
Quite metally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. You know me. I'll always give it a shot. The next one after that was I Don't Want to Die in New York by a band called Spice. Spice is the other band of Ross Farrar, who is the singer in Ceremony.
Okay.
They're awesome. It's like, you know how there's just those kind of bands that play in like heavy bands, like hardcore bands and stuff, and then they start like a kind of side project that's like softer. Like you have like now you have Fiddlehead. It was like the guys from Have Heart and shit.
Yeah.
That's like Spice is like that version of like Ross Farrar being in fucking Ceremony, who has like easily some of the songs that make you the most fucking gas to just punch a fucking person.
And
Like anytime Kerst plays, you're just like, I'm gonna fucking, you know?
yeah, in the same light, Ceremony are now just a softer band in general. Like the last couple of releases,
I have to say, Ceremony's like evolution as a band has to be one of my favourite musical evolutions.
It's cool. I think it's amazing. And a lot of people don't agree with it, but it's like they went from being like just
Power Violence.
chaotic.
They played shows with fucking trash talk back in the day.
yeah, and then
Do you know what I mean?
have, like,
And now they have like a
they're
fucking
a synth pop band.
like they're basically playing like fucking Bauhaus tunes
Yes.
or Bauhaus, however you say it.
Ah,
It's dope. Anyway, and then my last one is Me and My Woman by our fucking main homeboy Shuggy Otis. I love Shuggy Otis so much.
homie.
That album that he has, is it called Purple? I think it's called Purple.
I think it's just called Purple.
It's so good, start to finish.
It's
Full
called
of fucking
Daydream
bangers.
is like the song though.
Amazing. So that song off that album, it's just, it starts off really quick, just quick drum fill, and then it kicks in. It's the same riff the whole way through the song, and it just builds and builds and builds.
Funky.
It's fucking dope. Shuggy Otis, I love you so much. Right, let's pass over to Blanket and let him explain himself.
You ticked off. I text Craig on the way here saying that you ticked off the vibe perfectly.
100%.
Because there's never been a like a checklist for this playlist, because it has gone some weeks from like trash talk to David Guetta.
Yeah.
You know, like it's little parts of our life that we like to put in this playlist and just enjoy and let everyone else enjoy. And you came in with 5 songs that are I listened to for pretty much the first time on the way here.
big tracks.
I listened to all of these for the first time actually.
Because I
on the
had
way
to
here.
text you being like, who is this? Who is no? Because you
I
phoned
phoned
me,
you, yeah.
and you talked me through
There's-
them.
There's 3 on here that blow my mind. One that I kind of hate you for. And then the other one, I'm like, obviously. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, that's on there.
So,
You know?
Gary said, you need to pick 5 songs. Please don't make them trash. And
Yeah, I
said,
am sorry that I doubted you.
So I said, I've got the best. I have.
Yeah, I was.
He said, I've got the best taste in the world. Like, I have impeccable taste. At the same time, I listen to 3 Inches of Blood regularly. Like, at the moment, I'm on a big deep dive into like the new wave of traditional heavy metal.
Right, okay.
So I'm listening to like a lot of like weird American, like just old school heavy metal bands, but like now.
Yeah.
And it's the best. The most metal man in our friends group, and everyone just gets confused why I'm just
100%.
here, have you heard this? But
Yeah.
And everyone says no.
no, and I do not want to hear
Obviously.
it. But I was just like, cool. These guys are a bit funkier, a bit like current. So I was like, let's just not just put on like 5 like
Honking metal tracks.
yeah, essentially. I was just like, could just put
It
like
was the same thing we said to Sam though. Like, Sam, do not fucking put 5 country bumpkin songs on because we will delete them.
And
Yeah.
he did put one on.
He put
And it
one
was
on,
fine.
and we allowed it because it was also a very good song.
It
But
was very
also,
nice.
it wasn't 5.
I nearly picked 5 country songs just despite that comment. I also nearly turned up here today in jorts.
No!
You said nobody looks good in jorts.
He texted me about this during the week.
However, I don't think you saw just how good I looked at Bloodstock in my jorts.
I did. You sent me a photo the day before you went.
Saying I look fucking
Everything
class.
other than the jorts I enjoyed. The jorts I fucking hated.
They were
it.
so comfortable. I think
Here,
they might be
also,
like a new thing that I
Where the
just
fuck
wear.
did you get those sunglasses by?
Do you know I've been looking to see if you can get prescription like Pitmasters?
So
like I really want to.
the answer is you can.
You can. Yes,
but
I know.
not the Pit Vipers themselves. Like the nose guard, you can get like it's almost like contact lenses, like just normal lenses that sit inside the nose guard, like behind the glasses. So you can
there's
still
a company
see,
that'll
but you've
do
got the
them.
thing.
Wow.
So-
Have you seen the ones where it's like the skip caps being like cut so you can like pop them up?
Class.
Ooh.
So it's like you have the sunglasses on, you have like a fucking trucker hat on, but then if you're like talking to somebody, you don't want to be rude, you just pop them up, and they just sit on
Sorry,
the top
what are you
of the
saying? I can't hear you. Let me take my glasses off. I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so like I got mine online. They are not official Pit Vipers.
I call them Pitmasters. That's like a barbecue thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Pit
went
Vipers.
with it because I don't know what it is. Yeah,
It
like
also
Pitmasters.
works with the same vibe.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Pit Vipers. That's what they call.
Pit Vipers are like $120, and I don't have that kind of money. So I got mine on a famous Chinese website.
Yeah,
'cause
nice.
I just love bootleg shit.
Yeah.
Um,
But they work.
I couldn't
were
see
something
shit
else.
the entire time because I'm very specky, and I had these glasses on. And I'm like, I have no idea who's talking to me. Like they're like, oh, what band's playing? I'm like, your guess is as good as mine, by the way.
You can't
It's
hear
a
it.
metal one.
Like
I have
again,
no idea.
again, he's got the glasses on, can't hear.
Yeah, like at the same time, it was really good because I had my mask on, and obviously, like they're polarized glasses, so you can't see through them at all. So I'm just like staring at people like you're the worst person in the world. Like, I hate you, and just like giving them like dark looks. I'm like, nobody knows. This
nobody
is
knows.
Fine. But yeah, I didn't want to like make it too metal, so I was like, cool, keep it nice. So I kicked it off with "Good at Being Lonely" by Medium Build.
Yep.
Banger.
I really enjoyed
I
this.
love this
I
tune.
really
So-
fucking enjoyed this song.
Medium Build is just a guy from like Alaska living the dream. He did a bunch of like
He must be good at being lonely. Just in the middle of nowhere.
I found him via Tiny Desk. So he was the backing guitarist for Quinn Christopherson, who won the Tiny Desk competition
Yeah.
a couple of years back. I just went on a deep dive of his stuff, and he done a bunch of acoustic songs which sound amazing, but then just makes sad boy pop for the rest of it.
Yeah, the Sad Boy Pop really,
Dope. Really
yeah,
good, man.
struck a nerve. It was good.
Yep.
Then we went to Remain Violent by Warbringer.
Banger.
I
That
had
was
never
so-
listened to Warbringer
Yeah,
ever,
me
and he
neither.
was just like, "You will fucking love this because of how much that you like fucking."
It's like Power Trip.
Power
It's
Trip.
Yeah.
Like
It was
that
like, you
kind
will
of
enjoy it.
vibe nailed.
Oh,
Big
like,
thrash.
After that, I fucking put the entire album on. I listened to that song and I was like, "This is sick." Put
Yeah.
the whole fucking album on.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's so,
so good.
So I explained it to Craig as sounds like Power Trip, all about hating cops, and he's like, I'm in. Like I'm locked in hard at this point. 2 ticks in those
Hey, Cab,
boxes.
fuck
I'm
the cops,
ready.
bro.
And yeah, it's such a stupidly ridiculous song. It was Began who also put me onto them.
Nice.
Began was like,
Nice.
this
Shout
is
out, Began.
metal, you are metal, here we go.
This is
They're playing next year in like January, February or something.
really?
I will take my top off and I will dive off of
Where are they
anything.
playing?
Oh, it's like stereo or audio or something stupid like that. So there will be something,
That's
and I'll
dope.
be there sweating
Yeah.
big time,
Yeah, with the
climbing on
nips
people.
out, the black nips and everything.
Yeah.
The black
I-
nips of death.
And it's class, like they are amazing. Then we got Donny Benet.
right.
Who?
This song. I listened to it on the way here, and honestly, as it started, the sun came out, and I was like, "Yo."
He knew. Donnie knew. He has an album called The Dawn.
The
That's it.
Dawn is probably his best album because it has tracks like Santorini and Working Out. Konnichiwa's his big one. Oh, it's romantic as fuck. You could
Like,
lay pipe.
right. Hear the name Donny Benet, right? And then imagine a modern day Ron Jeremy. And you have found this man who is singing 80s pop songs.
Also mixed with a little bit of David Harbour because he's a little bit handsome.
Oh, shit.
He is a little bit handsome.
He's kind of handsome, but also at the same time not handsome.
If you've seen him in an alleyway, you'd be like, "Well, I'm not walking down there." But also, if you've seen him in a,
Is that the BTK killer?
if you saw him in a cocktail bar, you'd be like, "I
Yo.
hope he
You'd be
buys me
like,
a drink."
Because they would be dressed so well.
Be a
You look
spread
at
collar,
motherfuckers like that and you
medallion,
know you know
chest
that
hair.
you know that motherfucker would wear a white suit and just looked incredible. He looked like Jake Gyllenhaal at the fucking Venice Film Festival.
Takes a fat sack and a fat wallet to rock all white. You know?
He did a live stream like during one of the lockdowns, and it was just him in like a sequined jacket,
Of
like
course.
sparkling. And it was like real low quality like footage, like an 80s camera kind of thing, loads of neon lights and signs, and I'm like, this is perfect.
Just hitting the vibes, like fucking watching the Eric
Also,
Andrews show.
he is playing broadcast next year. It was meant to be this year,
Oh,
and
damn.
I'm going to go and just lose my mind, like,
Sorry, that album was called Mr. Experience.
because he is Mr. Experience,
Of course he is.
and it's just about how like girls can go out with all the wrong guys, but he's Mr. Experience if you want to be with him.
Yeah.
The first part of his bio on Spotify. Konnichiwa, Santorini, working out. These songs represent just a small taste of the enigma that is Donny Benet.
Like he either was a fucking like popular 80s singer or he was a fucking villain from Batman.
So he was neither really. Like he was just a really accomplished bassist as like a touring bassist, and that was his thing.
Yeah, accomplished bassist.
And now you
Does that say that? Does it, like, are you reading his bio as you talk?
No,
Do
so
you
it was
have
just
his
a
bio
big
like
thing,
in your
like-
glasses?
because you hear all these like mad funky bass lines, and you assume that there's some absolute funk master in the back just rocking out.
Yeah.
It's not. It's him.
It's him.
there at the front, and you're like, this is class.
Fuck with
Just
it.
a honky eating fucking like spaghetti meatballs.
Oh, it's so
Donny, bro.
class.
Where's the fucking
That one's
gabagoo?
my favourite there, with a peach suit. Oh,
Peach suit, playing a
it's
white piano.
So sick. But he does some shows with full band, and you're like, I'm locked in with that.
Yeah.
But then some shows it's just all backing track, and it's just him.
It's just like karaoke.
like karaoke, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like this looks like, I don't care
So much fun.
if it's him with a band or just him.
Yeah.
I want to go. I'm gonna buy merch.
You're gonna
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it.
try and shake his hand and get as many photos as possible and say like, this is my dad.
And the song is called Negroni Summer as well. You know, he gets it.
Yeah, he just
Wants to have a little Negroni. He just wants to like,
like
Is that a drink?
yeah. The you
so
can tell.
fucking-
Campari, sweet vermouth and gin. Shanna's favourite.
You can
Oh,
tell
really?
like the man
That's good to
lays pipe big time.
We're
like
talking so cute shit about fucking
He's slamming.
like 100%.
For
like,
sure.
Also, man, like, just to go off on a tangent, just thinking about like big pipes. You know Mark Robier?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen how much that motherfucker's packing?
Well, every time he posts a photo, he's in his boxes, so it's unavoidable.
Yeah, like
Oh my god!
it's
He's
back
so
to
handsome.
the
He has no right being as good looking as he is.
He's so fucking
I
handsome.
don't understand. He's fucking.
He's so handsome.
ripped
Do you
as
want to
well.
do you know what it is? He's like his hair grow out and shit. Like, see, like before when he used to like he used to have really fucking hard hair. His hair was hard.
I love listening to the Essential Worker anthem.
We should be wearing robes right now, bro.
Did you see the thing that he put up like through whatever like, and it was the wake up song that he put on?
Yeah.
Oh man, I have that downloaded on my laptop somewhere to try and make my alarm tone, and I don't know how to get it on my phone. Oh, it's so good.
Right, what's your next song, Black?
Blackfire by Dragon Force.
Fucking of course.
What? No, that's my one I need to question.
Why?
Oh, I love Dragon Force. It's like so much.
I
Like,
listened to the entire song on the way here, and I was like, I don't hate this.
I made it 40 seconds.
what?
So I knew what I was getting into. I was like,
It's
Herman
like with-
Lee is going to blow my mind at some point.
With Dragon Force, you know what it is. You know what's coming. There's going to be far too much double bass. There's going to be so many fucking
Sir,
high
please.
notes. That's right. The reason I love Power Trip so much is there is no fucking double bass. Because metal and heavy metal as a thing, it is rife with too much fucking double bass.
Nah,
Power Trip,
that's
all he needs is a hi-hat and a single bass pedal, and it fucking rips.
like
No. This isn't me starting a debate. I'm telling you facts. Tell us about Dragon Force now.
Dragon Force are they're the most metal band of all time. Like, there's nothing more metal than Dragon Force. Like, plain and simple. I love them. Like, it's not even like, oh yeah, Dragon Force are the meme band. Like, oh, Guitar Hero. Nah, This wasn't even on Guitar Hero. This was from their first album. So sick. I love it. Like, honestly, so much. They could probably be one of my favourite bands, like, of all time.
Oh my god.
And
so what's the next song?
I'm not finished on Dragon Force yet, by the way. But
Don't take the man's time away from him.
I am the captain now. Well, let's talk about this. And yeah, like when you think about it, all you want in like that kind of metal track is rapid double bass, huge vocals, big harmonies, riffs everywhere, and then a massive solo. And that's what they do, and they can do it so well. Blackfire got picked because the chorus is it hits different. It just, I'm telling you, listen to it on the way here, and I was fucking flying down that road. Like, people are like, holy fuck, I've never seen a man walk so fast, and I'm like, because
I've seen a man sit outside Alley Bros so fast.
like,
I've never seen a man fucking inhale cigarette like that.
Oh,
like one fucking pull.
like I
Took
can
the whole thing down.
at work, because I work from home, I regularly listen to albums from like front to back. And Dragon Force,
Yeah.
I've listened to every single
Show
Dragon
off.
Force song in a day once, just back to front, whole discography. tick.
Why though?
I love Dragon Force.
Like, I get that you're like working from home and like you have time
Uh-huh.
to sit with your headphones on, but like
Headphones, I've got speakers, sir.
But, okay, your speakers. I apologize.
Still strapped to your head like headphones.
I just
Check these cans out.
But out of every band that exists on the world, right? So you have like lots of very big bands. Like you have like the Rolling Stones, or you could have like Foo Fighters. Right? No,
and
just
Right.
hear me out.
And
Hear
Foo
me out.
Fighters.
Hear me out. These big bands have a big discography. There's lots of albums, lots of songs.
Uh-huh.
And out of all the bands in the world, in the existence of time,
Uh-huh.
you decided to go with the discography of Dragon Force.
Purely because the Foo Fighters and Rolling Stones are hot trash. So I'm not going to pick them two. I'll go with Dragon Force because they are, let's go full circle, the most metal band of all time.
What's your last song, man?
It is Los Mandados by Vicente Fernandez. And I love mariachi music. Like, not even like mariachi El Bronx. It's cool.
Yeah.
They're white guys playing a bit of mariachi music. I get it because they're from like that area and there's a lot of influence. Nah, big Vicente, love him. Cunt's got like 50 odd albums out.
Of course he does.
And
Of course.
this one is probably my favourite song. I listen to it at work. If I'm in a bad mood, you know, when you get in a slump and you're working from home and you're like, nah, put that on. The trumpets are going, bit of violin, and you're like, suddenly, fucking, I'm there.
It's fucking Cinco
Fucking
de Mayo.
Buenos Dias, motherfuckers.
Cinco
I
de Mayo.
am here. Yeah, cool. And you're like, I could smash fucking big loads of avocado now. This is it. I am fucking all systems go.
I'm just purely eating guac for dinner.
Yeah, and you're like, this is great, and I love it. Don't know what he's saying. He could be saying some heinous shit.
Yeah, he's
But
talking some real fucking
he
shit.
sounds-
Got
He's having a
so many albums.
Yeah.
This one came out in 1977.
He's been going for. He's recently retired from like touring, which is kind of gutting. But
Probably good considering the cunt's ancient.
he's,
Even in 1967, during his first album, he looked so old.
he also looks like a Mexican Sean Connery.
He does a bit.
Big, strong tash, very handsome.
Okay.
Probably also lays pipe. Like,
Sean
He looks like Sean
Holy shit, he
Connery
does.
in Highlander, where he played the Spanish guy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Maybe it was just him. It wasn't actually Sean Connery.
but he's just amazing. Like, I love mariachi music, and it's just a wee feel good factor. You know how people listen to like funk music or like pop music, or
Yeah.
like I don't know what the kids listen to these days, like the Vamps or something, and they're like, oh, I feel amazing, and I'm like, nah,
Oh damn. It's the same guy.
Same cunt.
That is the same guy.
get that away. I'm not wanting your poppy tunes. Bit of mariachi music, authentic.
Jesus.
And it honestly gets me in such a good mood. And I go and I like smash every single target at work, and people, what's your secret? And I'm like, well,
You don't want to
buckle
know.
up.
Let me send you an album. I'll make you feel better.
Discography, just go on. Get on the playlist. This is Vicente Fernandez. Just put shuffle hits, and you're gonna be away, and you're gonna have a great day.
Unbelievable.
This is gonna be like a TED talk one day when I'm like a billionaire. Like, how'd you do it? And I'm like, just
Mariachi.
old mariachi music, and people will be like, fucking what? Yeah, like I just love mariachi music.
Well,
Well,
it has been so fucking long. So I am wrapping this up
It's
because
time
we've
to
been
go home.
talking for
We
a
can-
real long time.
we
So
have.
let's put a pin in it. There will have to be a
it's
part
going to have
two.
to be a part two.
Because there's
It's going
so
to have
much
to be
shit.
Blanket After Dark. Has to be.
There's so much shit that we need to unpack that he hasn't talked about.
Yeah, keep my cards close to my chest first time because I would also like to not be cancelled.
You did well, man.
Yeah, I did quite well.
So thank you very much for being on. It was an
Yeah.
absolute fucking delight having you on as our second guest.
Thank you very much.
I
feel like Elvis.
So
That was class.
We didn't
No
do
wonder
this.
He's fucking having a good time.
We didn't do this at the beginning. Like and follow and subscribe and share and do all this
All
stuff.
the usual shit.
Like, I absolutely loved it last night. Everybody was throwing his conspiracy theories.
It was
Like,
a lot
I
of fun
had
to
so
see.
much fun reading everybody's like
I didn't
take
read
on
anything.
it.
I read
Gary
nothing.
straight up turned his phone off because he'd had enough of it. But please, like, if you have other ones you want to send in, like, fucking do it. Like, I read every message that comes into the fucking Instagram. I try and respond to everyone. If I don't, leave it a day and I will respond to you. I had so much fun reading everybody's messages and actually reading the stuff you guys were sending. Like, people were sending me like fucking articles and shit, and it was
insane.
so much fun.
My phone didn't stop going. It was so annoying.
So please continue to do that to annoy Gary until he's
Trying to watch Suits.
until he logs out of the Dead End Friends Instagram.
Never
And it's
gonna
just
happen.
me that runs it. Blanket, it was a fucking pleasure having you in my house again.
Cheers. Thank
and
you for
being
listening to
on
my
an
shite.
episode. So there will be a part 2 because this was
There
not
has to
enough.
be.
There has to be a part
Cool.
2, probably even a part 3.
There could be many, many parts. I'm a mysterious guy. Like, there's a
Right.
lot of mystery.
Peter Andre, we're checking out. I have been Craig Jemison.
I've been Gary Gordon.
What's your name?
I'll be Matt Blanket.
Thank you, and we will see you guys in a week's time.
Love you.
Love you too, man. Love
Love
you.
you too. I love you all.
Love you 3.